Hey, what's going on, YouTube, my family and my friends? Excellent Dreams here, back with another exclusive video for you today. Let me go ahead and send out my invite link to my chat group. All right, all right, all right. They'll be here soon. That looks great. When I look back at my stuff, it looks crazy, but I got a crate right here, or two crates right here, and I got a t-shirt, a sweater, and a t-shirt right there. That's a bag of shoestrings. When I look at my background, I'm like, my background looks crazy. That's a new bag of supplies that I got from Walmart. I'm like, man. 100% oh, man. Hold on. Hey, what's going on, brother? Okay. Yeah. All right, it'll be ready. All right, mama. Okay, I got you. All right. All right, all right. Welcome, 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 everyone. Welcome, everyone. Well, I'm not trying to hold y'all on here all night, but I got a ton of information to deliver tonight. I'll wait till everybody gets here and we'll get started. So tonight, before we get into our rhinestone training, I will explain what will be happening in May. So right now we're at February 9th. You know, we still have the rest of February, March, and April. You know, I'm not going to let y'all go just yet. You know, we still got, in my mind, 3 more months here, you know. And I believe I'll be able to teach y'all um, everything at this level, in 3 months. You know, as far as when I say this level, this class started out as to teach you how to create rhinestone designs. And that's what I thought it was going to be. You know, I really thought like I was going to teach y'all rhinestone designs, and that was it. Well, based on how this class has transpired into much more, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I know a lot much more that I can teach y'all than just rhinestone designs. You know, I've got to a point to where, you know, right now I am the job. You know what I'm saying? When I say right now I am the job, I quit my job back in October because I really wanted to pursue my dream as being a rhinestone trainer. Well, after days, it ain't even been days. It's actually been probably 2 years of me just getting acclimated to AI, learning everything that AI can do in the sense of helping your business grow. It has turned into much more than I could ever imagine. And I want to teach y'all as I learn, you know, how to grow your YouTube channel, your Etsy, your Patreon, whatever avenue you decide to start, how to actually grow that and scale that, how to start a YouTube page, you know, grow and scale that beyond your wildest imagination. You know, when I first started Rhinestone University, it was a place where I wanted to help people. I wanted to help people that were just starting on their rhinestone journey and they did not know what to do. They did not know what machine to buy. They did not know what software to buy. They they wanted a helping hand, somebody to help them along on their journey, due to their fear, due to their I I think that's the only word I can really apply to it is fear of the unknown, the fear of um I don't know. When I started 10 years ago, the internet was not full of people. That was not full of helpful people. The internet was full of people that wanted to show off, and there wasn't a lot of helpers online. In the last decade, there has been an influx of people willing to share their wealth of knowledge to help other people. And a lot of new businesses were born in the process. I mean, my whole rhinestone training business was born in the process. And I was just training. I started off saying, okay, I want to train and help others. I've charged a fee of, when I first got started, it was me trying to get a group of people together, and charge them $35 for one person for 2 hour class of learning how to do rhinestones. I did very well at that. Not very well. There was months I struggled. There was months where it was like, okay, a lot of people are wanting this class. And so I saw the growth and the building of that, as well as I was able to pay my bills. And then something hit me. Well, God is always talking to me, and he hit me real hard, in October of last year. So I have been doing this rhinestone thing since 2011 is when I first got started studying jeans and making money from a craft that I love. I went to I went to one of the hip hop stores around the city back then 10 years ago. A brand named Robin Jeans was very, very popular. These jeans sold for $799 or more, you know, and I didn't know that. I see some guy with them on. I was like, it got rhinestone pockets on it and everything. I was like, oh, those dope. Bro, hey, what's those jeans called? He told me what those jeans were called. I went to the store, not knowing the price, and I walked into this store and I couldn't afford those jeans. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, I was like, whoa, this jeans out here selling for $799. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was a the max I would have was paying on jeans at that time was probably $100. Some True Religions, some Rock Revival jeans or whatever. You know what I mean? My 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 go to price was about $59 for jeans. You know what I mean? And I was like, wow, $799. You telling me it's a brand out here that can sell jeans for $799? So while when I first saw the tag, I'm in this store like I'm observing the jeans. I'm flipping the flaps over. I'm trying to see how they were done and stuff. Cause I'm like, $799 my ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the store and I'm looking at the jeans. I'm checking them out. And the guy was like, hey, my brother, you need help with something? I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm trying to find something I can afford. Like, you know what I'm saying? He laughed at me or whatever. Whoop-de-whoop. About 5-7 minutes go by, as I'm rack to rack checking out all of these pants and stuff. And he's like, my brother, if you ain't gonna buy nothing, I'm gonna need you to leave the store. I left the store like, man, I ain't never gonna come back in here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got me messed up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how can you talk to me like that? And this was at a time where I had money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I did have money to pay for the $7.99 jeans. I just couldn't believe that they were $7.99. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if I wanted to, like, you know what I mean, as a gift to myself, you know what I mean, I could have splurged that price at that time. But my left side of my brain was like, you got me $7.99? Let me check out these jeans. Like, you know what I mean? I'll make my own pair. And that's what I started doing. I started hand studying True Religion jeans and Rock Revival jeans and giving them that same bling that Robin jeans had, you know, and I was charging roughly about $300-400 a pair. $300-400 a pair meant that I was spending about 3 weeks on these jeans because the method I was using a rhinestone rim set. It had 4 prongs on the back of it, and I would set the rhinestone down in the rim set and poke them through the jeans and lock them in. Never had made a shirt, you know. So after doing so many jeans, I was like, well, I need shirts to go with them. My first shirt was E6000 and flatbacks, you know, on a parrot shirt, a Margaritaville parrot shirt that I found while traveling. I took and I sat there and I hand set those stones onto that shirt. And I was like, oh, that looks so amazing. You know what I mean? I didn't know anything about rhinestone templates, creating rhinestone templates, or anything of that nature. So, I mean, when I say excellent dreams, it all happened like a dream because as I'm dreaming about creating rhinestone shirts, and I've never made a rhinestone shirt, I'm on vacation with my ex-wife in Florida, and I'm looking for a rhinestone shirt, and I type in rhinestone shirt in the GPS, and instead of taking me to a store that sells rhinestone shirts, it took me to the warehouse, the warehouse of a company named Rawty Apparel. Now, if you look up Rawty Apparel, it is spelled RAWYALTY, like royalty, like royalty, but it's Rawty, rawtyapparel.com. I walk into this warehouse and I'm greeted with rhinestone shirts. Good Lord. I'm greeted with machines, cutters, printers. I didn't even know what I was looking at the time. I was just like, wow, they sell rhinestone shirts in here? Like, you know what I'm saying? I was in that room for at least 1 minute before somebody came out and was like, hey, how can I help you? I'm like, yeah, I'm here to buy a rhinestone shirt. And he was like, this isn't where you buy rhinestone shirts at. This is where we make them at. If you would like to buy rhinestone shirts, you would have to go to a retailer inside the mall. Okay. So I'm thrown back. I'm in this mode. You telling me they make these shirts here? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I left that store, and then um my next prompt into Google, how to make a rhinestone shirt, because they were making these shirts right here. Like, you know what I mean? I walked into a whole production shop, and I'm like, oh, okay. So you can. Long story short, after I typed in how to make a rhinestone shirt, I was greeted with everything you can think of. Like, you know what I mean? All the sorts of machines that makes them, you know, the brush and bake process, the cams process, you know, it was so overwhelming. I was like, but it can be done. Like, so I started my 6 month. Every day I got off work, for 6 months straight, I'm researching like, what's the best, what's this, what's that. And I stumbled across the Rhinestone Wizard, stumbled across Matt Vassallo teaching people how to use this new rhinestone software that the Rhinestone world had just came out with. You know, he was excited. He had vigor in his heart. You know, you could tell he had a passion for rhinestones. And I was like, well, hold on. If I'm gonna follow anybody, I'm gonna follow this guy. He's on here every Monday night. You telling me he on here every Monday night teaching this software? Let me tune in, you know. versus hotfix era, where I couldn't find any information really online where people were doing trainings or teaching you how to use the software. Silhouette Studio. Matt taught them both at the same time. He taught Silhouette Studio and CorelDRAW at the exact same time. However, my mind was so focused on CorelDRAW. I was I was like one of y'all at the time. I was listening from afar, still while working on other stuff. You know what I mean? And I never caught on to the silhouette part. Whenever he would jump in, because he would do one first and then we would do the other, and then when we would start talking about Corel, I'm all the way tapped in. He already told me that Corel was the superior program to Silhouette, so I'm here to learn Corel. So I only tapped in on the Corel part. I wish I would have um, been more attentive to grasp them both, but I was steerhead focused on I want to learn that software. So that's what I did. So fast forward after that process and me learning how to create Rhinestone Designs, I started making money in my own city by offering my Rhinestone designs to other people. Not only offering Rhinestone designs, but the first major design that came out, and this was a turning point for the whole industry, was Straight Outta Compton. You know, when that movie came out, there was a design called Straight Outta. It was Straight Outta Compton, but then people started remixing it. Straight out of Brooklyn, straight out of NYC, straight out of Uptown, straight out of Southtown, straight out the East Side. And with that design, I learned how to design. So many people was wanting that design on their shirt with their own place of origin that, oh my, that I was like, okay, I'm doing it. I'm making money. People are calling for these shirts. And I was like, okay. I wanted to do customs though. So that was a part of a custom. That design, people used to post it online and leave the bottom line blank so that you can add your city, your state, your town, whatever. So that design skyrocketed. I mean, I can only imagine how much money the originators of the design made, from offering it for free or from, selling it to others who then used it to create works of magic. You know what I'm saying? So after that phase, let me think back. So after that phase, I got more into the custom side of things. People were inboxing me like, hey, can you do my logo in rhinestones? Hey, can you I need 4 shirts with my logo on it, you know what I mean? And I was like, okay, I'm making money off this rhinestone thing. And let me see, because I had quit my job long, long time ago. I didn't quit my job, I lost my job. In 2020, well, in 2015, I started the business. I had already had a very profitable business taking care of people with mental disabilities and doing foster care at that time, where I focused on building that business, but I did have a lot of other things going on at the time. So I wasn't making videos every day. I wasn't my videos came once every 2 months, maybe. You know what I mean? It was when I decided to make a video. And then uh and then I left. I got divorced in 2017. I walked away and gave her everything that I can imagine, that I have built thus far. 20 years relationship, with a woman that I have fell in love with at 17. You know what I'm saying? I was 17 when I met her, and we became friends long, long before anything sexual happened. We were friends first and foremost. And the sexual part happened, and I did not enjoy it, but I was already in love with her. You know what I mean? I was already her best friend. You know what I mean? We were already like connected in a way to where it was like, well, sure, the sex wasn't what I would like to have had. You know what I mean? And but I continued the relationship for the love that I had for this woman. You know, and shortly after, about a year or so of our relationship, she got pregnant, and my first son was on his way. We're talking about at this point in my life, I wanted to be a rapper. You know, I wanted to. I was part of a group. We were supposed to travel to New York to meet the infamous Diddy at the time. You know what I mean? And I chose not to go because my girlfriend was pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, hold on, I'm not about to leave her here and try to go pursue my dreams. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I did not go. Like, you know, my son was born and our relationship continued. I went into father mode. You know, I've never had a father, I've never had a mother. So it was like, I'd be damned if I let my kids live through what I lived through. So a, a 20-year relationship continued. You know, I cheated, I did all sorts of things. You know, she allowed me to cheat based on the amount of money that we were receiving as a couple and everything that we have built. It was like a Hollywood lifestyle, it all in all. You know what I mean? The same family that left me, well, I can't say they left me. You know, they just wasn't helpful to my mom when my mom was going through her drug addiction or whatever, and we landed in foster care. You know, so I can't fault them for that. You know, I can't fault them for, I ain't about to help you to take care of your 4 kids. I got 4 kids of my own. Like, you know what I mean? So I get that part, you know, but as a child, you don't understand any of that as it's happening. You just like, where my family at? Where my aunts and uncles at? You know what I mean? Where my mom, where my dad at? You know? So when I transcended from being in foster care, graduating, and actually being an adult, the next 10 years of my 15 years, 20 years of my life that I spent was, I want to buy my mama a house. You know, I want to do everything that she couldn't do for me. You know, I wanted to do that for her. So I proceeded to do that, you know. And along the way, along the years, she only used me for money. She was always addicted, you know. She had so many stories to tell me to get money out of me, you know. And when you got money, you know, and someone is asking you for it, and you like, I I got enough to give, so I can give, you know. But on the back end, to know that you were lied to, you were betrayed, you know, the things that they were asking you for, they wasn't what they needed it for. It makes you feel some sort of way, like, you know what I mean. To have that same family of aunts, uncles, brothers, I mean, aunts, uncles, cousins, and brothers and sisters to celebrate in my success when I've got my house built, and for them all to be there, and for everybody to, you know, now Ray's house is the house. You know what I mean? We gonna party at Ray. What you doing on 4th of July? Ray, you throwing a Christmas party? And I did, because at that level of success, you want to, you know, have everybody, or let everybody enjoy your success, because you never would have imagined that you could have made it here, like, you know. But that is depressing as well, you know what I'm saying? It was so depressing that I was miserable. I was like, dang, how did I make it to the end? How do I make it to the White House and picket fence? And I'm here now, and I'm not happy, like, you know what I mean? I'm not, I don't feel successful, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I left. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I left a sexless marriage, you know. And throughout the years, it got worse. It got worse, you know, with my cheating, my infidelities, and things of that nature. It only drove us apart while we were still getting to the money. So I left. I was like, man, I can't do this no more. I can't even think straight, you know. And I left. I didn't fight for anything. I didn't say half of this house is mine, half of this business is mine. I walked away because for my own sanity. You know what I'm saying? So in doing so, my life took a turn. I was having fun for 16 months, and me deciding to move in with the chick, that I left my wife for. Ultimately, she decided one day, nigga, you can just get the fuck out. Like, you know what I mean? While I was hurt, while I was injured, and had just lost my job. You know what I'm saying? So now I am homeless in my truck with a half broken leg that I can barely walk on, barely stand on, can't even get a job in this state because how? I contemplated suicide. I contemplated at that time I had a gun, you know what I mean? I'm sitting in my car every day just crying, thinking like, what did I do to my life? What did I do to my life? I had a friend that called me. This this is the turning point, y'all. I had a friend that called me. He was like, bro, I'm trying to get a shirt done. I'm trying to get a shirt done. And I was like, I can make your shirt, but I'll have to come to you because I'm homeless in my truck right now, but I got all my equipment. I was so happy that somebody called me and I had an opportunity to make money that I just went into this rant of I'm homeless in my truck right now, but I can come to you, I can make your shirt, like you know what I'm saying? As long as I can set up at your house real quick or whatever, make your shirt. And he was like, bro, you telling me the Rhinestone King, the coldest artist in my city, you homeless right now? To hear him say that, to hear him say that, I was like, did he just say what I thought he said? The lavish shirt maker in the city, and I'm talking to another person that makes shirts in my city. He was like, bro, come see me right now. This is one of my business partners to this day. We've had this relationship for a long time. He was like, bro, come see me. I get there and he has a shop already. He has a t-shirt shop. He was like, bro, you can. He gave me. He didn't give me. He bought my equipment. I had studio equipment that I still had or whatever. And he was like, bro, dad, you got this, bro. You know what you could do with this? I sold it to him for $250. I used that $250 to go buy me an air mattress. Some food or whatnot. Like you know what I mean. And I sat up on the floor, set my air mattress on the floor, and I'm like, okay, now I can stretch my legs out. Because if you've ever slept in a car, it's not fun, especially if you're in that car for 5 weeks. So I'm there. I'm I got warmth now because it's cold in the truck. It was in the winter months. So I set my air mattress up on the floor, and I'm like, okay, okay, I got some help. Like you know what I mean. I was appreciative of the help. He did tell me, he was like, bruh, the rent here is I think it was three something. It was him and another guy that was splitting it. And he was like, bruh, if you can come up with a third of the rent, that'd be great. I woke up the next morning, y'all, and I started advertising online. I'm back making shirts. Like I'm back. Like you know what I'm saying? The orders came in like God wanted them to. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I was only at that shop for 2 weeks, before I ended up finding a job making $26 an hour. That was the most I had ever made hourly. I'm like, look at God coming through. Always from every corner, every angle, he was there. And I was like, okay, I took the job, making $26 an hour. That was different. Like I had enough money to pay my bills, to do everything, like you know what I mean, that I wanted to do. And I was like, uh, things slowed down. I ended up in a relationship. That relationship only lasted for 16 months. She was a psychopath, like you know what I'm saying. Our birthdays were on the same day, so I was like, dang, that I felt like we had a connection, but it takes about 16 months to really get to know somebody. You know what I mean? So that relationship ended. I'm in my own place. I got my job, you know, paying $26 an hour, and then COVID hit was like shing, like, you know what I'm saying? We got laid off, you know, we got that employment pay with the extra pay, you know what I'm saying? I signed up for food stamps, like, you know what I'm saying? I was balling out of control without a care in the world, you know what I mean? I didn't do a video or anything for a year and a half, almost 2 years. And then, due to COVID, the world shut down, of course, you know, and some jobs could not sustain. So they ended up laying everybody off. Well, not laying everybody off, firing everybody. So now here I am in 2020. Babe, what year did I lose my job? What year did I lose my job? No, my other job where I started on Boo Note. So I lost my job in 2021. Me and her had been together for about a year, you know, and and I was devastated. I was like, oh my God, how I'm gonna take care of myself. She came home. I told her that I lost my job, and I was like, babe, I'm looking around. So in this whole process, I was making stuff, you know, here and there, but just wasn't doing videos, wasn't documenting the process. You know, I was making money as the orders came in, and making money that way. Well, when I lost my job, I'm sitting there crying and stuff, and I was like, I'm about to start this rhinestone stuff. I'm about to go all in. She was like, well, baby, I'm behind you, you know, versus having a woman that says, you better go get a job like rent due on the first, like, yo, man, and I can't pay it by myself. I'm not gonna pay it by myself. Versus having one of those women. I had a woman who was like, well, go ahead. I believe in you. Like, you know what I mean? I restarted back up my YouTube channel. I started up my Etsy. Um, I was working. I was booming until 20 October 2024, you know? Yeah, October 2024. So everything has slowed down, you know. My momentum was one video a week, one video every 2 weeks, maybe here or there, you know what I mean? I'm still making money from orders, you know. I'm making enough money. I was making enough money to have my office at the shop, you know. I'm collaborating with people. I'm learning AI at that time. And then um I went to Vegas. I went to Vegas. I come back from Vegas, and it was like everything slowed to a crawl, you know. I lost my Etsy, you know, for whatever reason. As many guidelines and rules as I was trying to follow on that site and make sure that my designs did not um, infiltrate with copyright laws or whatever, for whatever reason, they shut my Etsy down. That was a major source of my income, which was allowing me to not have a job. So after I lost that, I was like, man, I'm about to go get a job. You know what I'm saying? And it was almost like the Spectrum job fell in my lap, you know, out of all the applications I was placing, you know, out of all the interviews I had, you know what I mean? It was almost like when Spectrum came around, I took the application, I took the test, you know, they called me the next day, you know, told me training was in a couple weeks, and then I was there, you know, and that job paid $18 an hour plus commission. I was like, okay, so now I should be making enough money. I can pay my bills and things of that nature. And I went to Spectrum head first, thinking like God sent me there to help Spectrum. Like, you know what I mean? I'm such a tech wizard, you know. I know cell phones, I know tablets, you know, I know how to set up Wi-Fi, you know. There was so much of a skill set that I had to bring to Spectrum that I thought God sent me there. Like, okay, so you didn't want to do it this way. Here, settle for this, and now you're about to be a worker. I hated that job, y'all. I hated that job. It was the worst job I've ever had. With your coworkers calling off, you left there in the store by yourself with 50 angry customers in the lobby. It was the worst job I had ever had. I hated going there every day and and giving them um $18 an hour of my time. So uh, I got to a point to where I had about $6,000 saved up. So I worked there for about a year. At the same time I'm working there for a year is when I started my trainings. My hey y'all, anybody want to train? I was trying to get at least 3 people per class, to make close to $100. What Spectrum would pay me in a day. I wanted to host a class, and get enough people in there to where I made that daily amount. There was days that I did that. There was days that I didn't. And and ultimately I was like, man, what am I doing wrong? And God came to me and he said, you're not producing enough. Yeah, you're trying to get people to pay for these trainings or whatever, but you're still not producing enough. So I'm like, okay, what would you like me to do? He said, I need you to go all in and offer a free training. I don't like to argue with God. I don't like to question him, but I'm like, for real? He was like, you already quit your job. You already got the time for it. Like, I'm saying? So why not? Like, I mean, I was like, yeah, yeah, you're right. And I started my daily trainings. And I have a group of people here, that are training with me. And along this journey, I've had a few mishaps. Um uh, I like to drink. The other night I was drinking on here or whatever. Y'all probably didn't even know I was drinking until it got to the point of me being incoherent. And I couldn't even end the Zoom because I was so out of it. And I'm like, that watching that video back turned me into a monster because I was mad at myself. I felt like I let y'all down, by even um by even being non-professional in that light. And then I started asking myself, what am I doing? What am I really doing? Am I teaching these people how to create rhinestone designs? Or did this chat group turn into teaching people how to successfully start a business, run a business, and operate a business from their rhinestone knowledge? And then I had an epiphany. I'm like, whoa, I'm not just training individuals. I'm training other businesses, that wants to make money from this craft, whether it be creating a rhinestone apparel, whether it be selling rhinestones, whether it be helping others by offering rhinestone designs for sale, where you got your own digital store and you selling digital rhinestone templates to newbies who don't know the process, and they're depending on you as a trainer, as a guide to show them the way because you've already decided that's what you're doing. 10 years ago, this did not exist, y'all. And a lot of people, it's not just with rhinestones, it's with every product, every niche in the world you can imagine. A lot of people have taken this same platform and created $1 million businesses for themselves. Let me show y'all. I've been crying all day, right? I've been crying all day because it's almost sort of like hitting the lottery when you finally figure it out and you have that aha moment to where I've taken so many trainings from multimillionaires, trainings from people who tell you that they're gonna teach you the path on how to scale your YouTube channel, how to scale your Etsy, how to do this and that. And I've been following these people for so long, and then the aha moment hits you, and you're like, oh, okay, so I went to ChatGPT and realized all of y'all are getting this knowledge right now for free. And I want y'all to understand that y'all are so dear to my heart, because this would not have happened without this environment, this group of people. I said, for everything that I have going on, my YouTube channel, from teaching rhinestones and having daily rhinestone training, teaching others how to do the same, I'm training people to be trainers using one of the various sales funnels. I say using one of the various sales funnel style of website. Which website is the best for what I am attempting to do? My goal is to make $1 million by December. I know that may seem like a lot to most people. It's I can do that by December. So here's what ChatGPT instructed me to do. And this is
I ain't mad at you.
And this is the same thing everybody in the group can do. All right. It's easy. No, I can't say it's easy. You got to have an understanding of how the internet works. You got to have an understanding of how the internet works. So I'm about to walk y'all through. This is the early blueprint of what I'm going to double, triple down, and help everyone with in my next training. So ChatGPT says, let me bring y'all over here. Hold on. So y'all can read along with me, because this is some mind-blowing information. And other trainers have tried to teach me this in the past, but they don't teach it to you. They dangle it in your face, you know what I'm saying? And they tell you that it's $497 or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna get it tonight for free. Okay? Check this out. So I asked my question. I said, I'm trying to make $1 million by December. He said, all right, I'm going to talk to you like someone who's serious about building $1 million training empire, not just a cute YouTube channel. You're not just teaching rhinestones. You're building trainers who train trainers. This means you need a platform that can handle courses, memberships, certification training, funnels, email automation, affiliates, community, upsells. That combo narrows things fast. Let's cut through the noise. Best platform, it said, to grow my specific goal was a platform named Carta. Best overall for hitting that $1 million fast. If your goal is money and scale and automation, then this is the strongest move. Why it fits what you're building. Built for coaches and training running full businesses. Funnels, emails. That's the biggest one. You need an email funnel. You need a landing page. You need somewhere where somebody can click on your link and they're taken to your sales page. And that sales page for this industry goes something like this. Would you like to learn how to create rhinestone templates? Please take my free training. Click the link down below. When they click on that link, however many sales pages you want to put in there, you'll put those in there. And I'm going to teach you how to do it step by step, because I will be doing it step by step in my journey. Okay. So, you can run courses, certifications. So I plan to, in my next class, certify trainers, to become trainers, and you can do that with this, with this system. This system does cost money, it's $79 a month, but they set up your funnels. They help you to set up everything that I'm about to teach you here, and I was like, I've seen other people do it. I was just in a training. Me and Tanya was just in a training with Spectacular and Master P about a month or so ago, where they dangled all of this information in our face. You know what I'm saying? They dangled all this information in our face, and they just wanted to upsell. I'm not that type of person. I am going to upsell you, but I'm not going to upsell you to upsell you to upsell you. That's not how this works. You get a lot of people that or like, shit, that was a lot of fluff, or he ain't being 100% real. Like, you know what I mean? He got me in here for $299. That's what I paid. $299 is what I paid for this style of training. And by the end of that training, he was like, "Oh, if you want to be a I forget what specific word he used for the level. If you want to be at the top level, it's $997. So now you telling me I got to pay an additional, however much money when you first told me I was going to learn all of this for $299 a month. I felt betrayed. I felt bamboozled. I um went about getting my money back. I want a refund because you did not give us anything that you promised us. You told us about some stuff. You told us about how to, what I just explained to y'all right here. You need this type of stuff if you trying to go from just being a brick and mortar business or a digital business to actually saying, no, I want to make $1 million online, and I'm gonna dedicate myself to the time to do it. All right. So automations and tagging let you turn students into trainers. No duct taping, 5 tools together. So right now I have multiple tools together that I have built to try to make this work throughout the years. I have Rhinestone University. I have Rhinestone University 2.0. I have multiple other groups as far as my VR group and my 3D printing group, but those are part of me, but they're separate. So Rhinestone University has 10,000 plus members in there. I found, Tanya, I think that's where I found you. I can't remember, but when I found Tanya and I realized she was doing rhinestone trainings, my group used to be called Rhinestones or Us. I found Tanya and I saw there was other people that were willing to train, and I renamed the group Rhinestone University, and then I started double down on my trainings, started offering more trainings, started posting these trainings daily, and I was like, no, that's not it. Like, so let me continue. Let me continue about what ChatGPT told me. Best platform, okay, it went through Carter. There's another platform called Kajabi, right? ClickFunnels, there's one. I looked into ClickFunnels a few months ago, but that was like $149 a month. And I was like, I ain't got that type of money, like, you know what I mean, to do that. But then here's it go, right? My blunt recommendation for you, given what you said, YouTube teaching, daily rhinestone training, training trainers, sales funnels, and $1 million growth this year, use Qatar. Kartra. This best fits my exact model. You, depending on what all you got going on, you might decide to focus on Etsy, and then it might give you something different right here as far as what software or what platform to use to make that work. But Kartra lets you run daily training memberships, upsell certification, license trainers, build an affiliate army, automate follow-ups. You get how powerful that is. An email list with first a sales funnel with the email list with the automatic follow-up that does it for you means that's why we receive these emails every day from stuff that we were interested in, and now they just hit you with that sales funnel every day, and you're like, I keep seeing this for a reason, I might as well join. You know what I mean? That's how that happens, and you're setting it up on autopilot. All right. Reality check on the $1 million goal. Let's be honest for encouraging. You don't hit 1 million from platform choice. You hit it from offering structure and volume. And so gave me an example path of a $49 a month membership, $1,000 members, which is $49,000 a month at 1,000 members. Get what I'm saying? I already have over 6,000 members on my 6,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I have 10,000 members in my Facebook group. That's easily attainable right there, given the numbers that I'm already doing. And this is a platform that I built without knowing how to build it. I built it organically just off of my love for rhinestones, without talking. I'm talking to ChatGPT today. I've talked to ChatGPT plenty of times in the past regarding designs and stuff or whatever. But today I was like, okay, teach me how to grow. I need to grow. Like, you know what I mean? So, $40,000 a month would be life changing to me right now. I'm not even trying to hit $49,000 a month. I want $100,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? And to do that, for me to get to $100,000 a month, meaning I gotta help one of y'all get to $49,000 a month. You get what I'm saying? Like, in order for me to accomplish my goal, I have to help y'all accomplish y'all goals. Y'all goals may not be this big. Your goal may be to only start a brick and mortar store, and to sell custom apparel, and like all of the shops that we see when we're on vacation in Gatlinburg, in Myrtle Beach, they have thousands of souvenir shops. You know what I'm saying? You can be a souvenir shop starting off with rhinestone shirts, and then you go buy you a laser engraver, and now you're doing all sorts of stuff, and you go buy a laser cutter. You get where I'm going with it. Like, you know what I mean? It can start at rhinestones, learning how to do rhinestone designs, and then you decide, I'm pretty good at this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm making money. There's people, I got orders. I got this school that purchases 100 shirts, this school. You can do it, right? After that part, what are you going to do? You're going to, if you already built a successful store and you've already hired other people to run the store because you're making whatever you're making from the store, why not try the other avenue as well? You already know how to do it. So,
thank you.
Rhinestone training is just the forefront, and I had to realize that the way that I teach and all of the knowledge that I pour into y'all is more than just me teaching you how to do rhinestones. I'm teaching other people how to actually do what I am doing. And right now it's working for me to the point to where I'm able to pay my bills. I want everybody to be able to pay their bills regardless of what avenue you decide to go down. But I'm basically saying that I've discovered the blueprint. This is the blueprint, and this is easily accomplished by anybody who wants to follow along with me. All right. So it says $49 a month membership, 1,000 members. You're at 49,000 a month. If I offer a certification class and get people certified, I would charge $997. So these are just numbers that they were throwing out at me. I say, if I'm gonna charge for a certification class, it's not gonna be $997. It's gonna be $497. I'm chopping that price in half, and I may even run sales on that price, to get people certified. So they say 50 sales a month at the certification of $997. That's another $49,000 a month, which means I'm at $100,000 level. But I cannot do that without helping other people to get to multiple levels as well. So now you're in 6-figure months. This is doable with your niche. This is doable with our niche, y'all. But only if the funnel is right. So your setup, your ideal setup, the simple version. It tells me about Kartra again. My traffic comes from my YouTube. The funnel, free rhinestone class. So I already offer a free rhinestone class every day. So I'm already doing that. $27 starter course. I'm not doing that. I'm asking people to join my membership at $24.99 for the exclusive design level to get access to all of the videos, and then I'm asking people for another $24.99 to get access to all of my designs via Patreon. Listen to what GPT instructs me to do. And I'm like, I've been crying all day. tears of joy actually, because it's like not only have I found the blueprint without wearing myself down every day. Who wants to do training with me? Who wants to do training? The people that really want to do training, all they're going to do is click on the link and get fed into this funnel to where they're going to keep getting fed into this funnel until they decide to, all right, I'm a join. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let me ask you three important questions. Answer straight. This helps me to map your exact system. Do you want a membership community, monthly pay, or do you want to certify trainers officially? Or are you currently selling anything or still building? Once I know that, I'll map the exact funnel to hit that million by December. I say all three. I want all three. I want to grow my monthly membership. I want to certify trainers. I currently sell Rhinestone Designs as well as custom rhinestone shirts and apparel, but I ultimately want to teach daily and grow fast. Perfect. You're sitting on a niche that prints money if you structure it right. So I'm not just sitting on a niche that prints money if I structure it right. We all are sitting on a niche that prints money if we structure it right. Rhinestone teaching certification plus daily training is a scalable model. You just need the machine built correctly and moving fast. I'm going to give you the straight path to a million by December. No fluff. Every time ChatGPT said I can make that million by December, I teared up. I'm over here like just ecstatic, like, okay, I paid $299 for this training a few months ago. Like, you know what I mean? And here it is with me asking ChatGPT the right questions regarding my own situation. It is giving me the blueprint that people try to sell to y'all for $1,000, y'all. Tanya, would you chime in for a minute? Would you chime in for a minute and
Here.
and 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 tell them about the training that we went through that I'm speaking on, which was it didn't even give you this much. You know what I'm saying? It didn't
Yeah.
even they didn't even provide this much value, and I'm not even a 16th way down the page, you know?
Yeah, that was very disheartening. I think both, Ray was excited for it, and he thought about somebody that he could invite to as a guest, and he chose me, and I was so grateful for the opportunity to, hopefully learn some information that was going to help me. And both Ray and I got on the first night, and the first night you green, you don't know, right? Because you're hungry. And when you're hungry sometimes like that, people can feed you just about anything and you'll eat it. But then you come back the next day and you start really paying attention. And what did I say? Right? I said something ain't right here.
Something ain't right.
Something ain't right about this. And so it was the repetitiveness of the same thing that they gave you the night before,
Yes.
but they keep feeding you, things that make you think that what they're telling you is on the up and up, and it's really not. And by day 3, we had peeped the whole card and realized that it wasn't nothing but a bunch of pre-recorded videos. Um, they had used, people as if they were, in the sessions with you live, but they weren't there live. And people were feeding into this stuff like they were actually getting something. And it was so sad, right? It was just really sad for the fact that these types of platforms, just like Ray is pointing out right now, could be very beneficial, and you could actually be helping people to grow a business and make money and such. But you got other folk out here that's ready to scam you. Like I said, take your $1,000. And at that point, you after you done spent 6 days with these people, is it 5 days? How many days were we supposed to stay on that thing?
It was 5 days.
5 days, they tell you, one of the things they tell you to do is, write an ebook, right? Write an ebook,
Right.
and then rather than them helping you to promote the ebook, because supposedly they've got all these connections and so forth and so on, what they do is connect you to the people that's in the group, to tell the people in the group, everybody buy your ebook. Like if everybody, like, it's kind of that thing, if everybody pays $1 in the Cash App, right, then we can all get $1,000. Well, it sounds like that same $1,000 I just spent because I gave the dollar to 1,000 other people. So how did I make $1,000? So I'm hearing what Ray's saying. Ray and I talked about this, and and then kind of fell by the wayside or whatever, because you got life be lifing, right? But there is a way to do this and do it in a way that you are really helping people. And I'm glad that, like I said, Ray takes the initiative to really go out there and look up and research and such, and he's just got the mind for this type of thing. And so like I say, I think if you just approach it from a way where you're not trying to hurt people, but you're really truly trying to help people, then it's a win-win for everybody.
Most definitely a win-win for everybody. I started this free training with the means to help people. I did not, I was blind, just following in what God instructed me to do. I was blind to the fact of what me going daily and presenting my mind to the world would actually really turn into, a video here, a video there. Yeah, but to be on here with a group of like-minded business people at the same time, and us throwing ideas around, us bouncing ideas around. And I'm a trainer. Tanya's a trainer. She teaches on her platform. I teach on my platform, but we have those sessions together where we're just talking to each other, brainstorming, and feeding off each other's energy. It has turned into, hold on, not only can I help people to create rhinestone designs, I know how to turn people into millionaires, and y'all gonna see me do it first, y'all gonna, there's a however many billions of people in this world, 7-something billion people in this world to be exact, or whatever. Every day rhinestone groups are growing. Not just my rhinestone. There's a group out there, rhinestone group out there with 100,000 people in it. Like, I'm saying? Like, and it doesn't happen until you build it, I'm gonna be the first one to say, use use Rhinestone University as a stepping stone. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I say use it as a stepping stone, create your own rhinestone business. You know what I'm saying? Your own rhinestone group. Name it what you're gonna name it. Get your 10,000 people in there. You know what I'm saying? And that way you can post daily to a group of 10,000 people and drive that traffic. One design is all it takes, and that one design can sell 1,000,000 times. Imagine if you got 1,000,000 designs selling 1,000,000 times. I got to take a lesson from all of the seminars I've been into. Like, if you understand what I'm saying, please smash that like button, or please leave a comment down below and say knowledge, Not because, okay, so they saying, let me continue. The $1 million model. You don't need millions of followers. You need a structured ladder. The core revenue stack, monthly membership, y'all can, once y'all learn this training, you can do the same thing and follow in my steps, and I will help you, I will be the one on my members on my YouTube channel that I got 6,000 people on to say, my new trainer, we got a new trainer here, you know what I'm saying? It is Sherdana, or Nairi, Nairi just graduated her class and she is a certified trainer now. So if y'all would please go subscribe to her YouTube channel, or whatever the case may be, I am here to help y'all. And I'm only at 6,000 right now. Last year I was at 4,000 something. You know what I'm saying? And so I've gained a ton of followers in the past months alone, 2, 3 months alone. You know what I mean? Of me deciding, okay, I'm about to be serious about this. It's not just about to be a class here, a class there. You know, I'm doing this daily. You know, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours out of my time daily, a day is what I pour into this. All right. So let's see here. You need a structured ladder. So the core revenue stack, the monthly membership, trainer certification, starter courses, which I'm offering now for free, and supplies, designs, and apparel. Keep selling. Adds another 10 to 20,000 a month. That stack hits six figures months fast. 6-figure months equal $1 million year. So step one, free daily training hook. So I didn't know that I was hooking y'all in by offering a free daily training, but that's what I'm already doing. So your content already works. Now funnel it. Lead magnet ideas. Free Rhinestone business class. You get that daily already. You know what I'm saying? How to start making money with rhinestones in 7 days. That's another lead magnet idea for your sales funnel that's going to drive traffic to your website. What is this? I stumbled across. They teaching how to make rhinestones designs. I've always wanted to do that. They click on it. Your sales page can be 1 page, 3 pages, 10 pages. I wouldn't overwhelm them with a 10 page, but I'm going to show y'all how to set it up. This is all happening in my next class, right? So I'm just giving y'all the prerequisite for there's going to be 2 trainings. I'm going to separate them. There's going to be one training that's still going to be free, to drive the traffic to the trainer's training, So the trainer's training will start at $47. That will include your subscription to the Patreon. So don't let me go just yet. Let me convert it over, and then you can go ahead and cancel that Patreon subscription, because you'll be getting all of that value via one YouTube tier. So I'm starting off with one YouTube tier, not the 3 that I have, and this is ChatGPT is about to break down why this is better and how it makes more sense. Okay, so free Rhinestone business class, how to start making money with rhinestones in 7 days. Okay, go collect emails every day from YouTube. So right now, if you look at my YouTube videos, after I post a video up, this first one here at the top, boom, it is structured as such. This is a full CorelDRAW and TRW Rhinestone Wizard training from one-on-one training sessions. But this wasn't a one-on-one. This was a class setting, so I need to reword that. This replay is only available publicly for 24 hours. After that, it moves to my YouTube channel memberships, where members get, well, y'all have seen this already plenty of times, But that's how ChatGPT told me to structure it and set it up. And doing it like this in 1 month, my YouTube money, what I make from YouTube, has doubled. When I say that's doubled, I don't hold no punches. I don't pull no fluff with y'all. Let me show y'all earn. So, I usually do this part off my phone. See your earnings here. Okay. Hold on. I typically do this. So off my memberships. So typically, at the pace I was moving, I was receiving a YouTube check up per month of roughly $187 to $215. After 1 month of actually deciding I'm going to go live every day, that YouTube revenue has doubled here. So I was like, hold on, I'm on to something. And that's what made me have this conversation with ChatGPT today. I was like, hold on, how can I double down, triple down, quadruple down on this till infinity? All right. So The step 2 is the low ticket entry. This converts viewers into buyers. Examples: start a rhinestone course, beginner kit training, design boot camp. Once someone buys, they're far more likely to join as a member. And then you have your monthly membership, which is the main focus. This becomes your income engine. Daily rhinestone training, weekly business coaching, which I'm going to offer to those people that decide to take that class, template designs, live question and Q&As, which we already do now, you know what I mean, in the community. So this is all going to be bundled into there, but you're going to get that business coaching from me to where you're like, hey, Ray, I'm trying to set this up or whatever, and I'm going to go into a training on how to do that. Um, your goal is 20 new members per day. That's realistic with YouTube traffic. I get more than 20 new members a day in Rhinestone University. So I'm already accomplishing this. I just need to convert that traffic to YouTube traffic. Okay, so trainer certification. This is where the real money jumps, meaning I can certify you to become a trainer. And once you're at that level, you can certify others to become trainers using the same format. But you have to be teachable. You have to have the drive. You have to have the motivation. You have to want this in order to even get to this step. It's not me wanting it for you, that part too, but you have to want this because all of this is going to be you. I can't train for you. You know what I'm saying? I can't start your trainings for you. I can introduce new members, that you are a new trainer, but unless we're doing them together, which I would like, by the end of our first training, this training here, for those people that feel confident enough to step up with me and become trainers as well, to teach a class, you know what I'm saying? To show us what they know, and for it to move smoothly, there's a lot of things in that trainer to trainer that has, what's the best way to say it, can be said here, but I think it's more so of a one-on-one that I would have, a one-on-one conversation that I would have with a particular trainer after watching them train, and saying, "Oh, here's some key things that you might want to take away here, to make your next training smoother, and things of that nature." Because doing it every night, in here, trying to corral what is it, 35 people on here now, trying to corral 35 people, and to keep the class flowing smoothly, and to make sure I answer each and every one's questions, make sure people are learning, trying to hold people accountable for their learning, you know what I mean? When it turns into a paid class, it's not going to be as lackadaisical, or I'm worried if I don't care if you do the homework or not. I mean, once you pay for it, you know what I mean? Hopefully you're gonna be like, I'm there. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do the homework. I'm gonna show my homework. I'm trying to be the head of the class. Like, I'm saying, like, that's what school was all about for me. When I went to school, from day one of being introduced to kindergarten, I wanted to excel. I wanted to be the best. I was very competitive in that nature. So why go to school if you don't want to become the best? Step 4, trainer certification. This is where the real money jumps. Position it like become a certified rhinestone trainer and get paid to teach, like I do so right now. Include the teaching curriculum, the certification badge, the listing in your directory, permission to teach your system. You know what I'm saying? People who join membership will want this, and they told me to price it like the same pricing schedule from the webinar that we attended that I was speaking on earlier. They told me to price it at $997 to $2,000. I'm like, ain't nobody gonna pay that. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm fair with my pricing. You know what I'm saying? I believe $497 is a sweet spot to teach you all of this. Not only just teach you, but walk your hand, hold your hand every step of the way. You know what I'm saying? Um, the people know me now, the people that reach out to me now, the people that contact me, um, and they're in my inbox, they know that I am attentive. I will respond to you. Some days I'm busy for 3-4 hours, but then I'm popping right back up. All right. Okay. Your certified trainers become salespeople. Give them affiliate links, commission, funnel access. Now they recruit for you. And I will teach people how to recruit for you as well. If you're here in this class right now, you already see the blueprint. The blueprint should be I be getting caught up on my words because I be creating words. Hold on. The blueprint should You should see the blueprint right now, You should see, like, hold on, if Ray's doing this, huh? What'd you say, Tanya?
No, I'm sorry. I forgot that my mic was still on. I was talking to somebody else.
Okay. So every video should do one thing: push to your free class or membership, which it does now, but I want to double down on that. End every video with join my daily rhinestone training, not like and subscribe. Traffic, funnel, membership, certification, 90-day execution plan. So I'll be executing this in the next 90 days. Every day as I'm training y'all, I'll be doing this on the back end for myself, and when I hit 1 million, y'all gonna see that it works. It truly does work, and I've went through so many trainings where they're whatever the niche was, they was trying to apply it to that niche, because it all starts with a niche. It can't start without a niche, because you're not going to enjoy what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to have that love and that passion for it. So it has to be a niche. A niche is something that you do every day, without every day, all day, with, and, hold on, wait a minute. I had the perfect explanation. A niche is something that you do every day, all day, and you love it so much to where you can do it without getting paid for it. You know what I'm saying? You love it so much you can teach and train and help other people without getting paid for it, because you love shoestrings that much. You want to teach people how to start a shoestring business. You want to teach people how to start a hair business. You're selling hair. You want to teach people how to start a wave business. I've seen people online start wave businesses from brushing his hair. You know what I'm saying? And then he brushing his hair, showing people how to do their waves. And then next thing you know, he started selling the brush. And then next thing you know, in his links down below, he got different types of wave grease in his links down below. You know what I'm saying? So you can do it with every niche imaginable. Every niche imaginable. It doesn't have to just be rhinestones. You just have to have that passion and that vision to see that every physical product is also a digital product underneath. Let me explain that to y'all real quick. When I say every physical product is also a digital product underneath, I'm about to just grab something. Boom. I learned this when I bought a 3D printer, Well, no, I didn't. I learned this years before I bought a 3D printer, but it doubled down on what I'm about to explain to y'all. This petroleum jelly, white petroleum skin protected, from a company called the Little Drug Store or whatever. This actual container is a 3D file. It starts off as a 3D file. Before 3D printing was invented, of course, there had to be the ingredients to create the bottle that you're putting the petroleum jelly in. You know what I'm saying? So this physical product that we use to lubricate our skin, also comes with a digital instructions on how to make the container that it goes in also digital, which is type text on how to create the actual petroleum jelly. So there's multiple things in play here where the digital part of this can be sold to others. You want to know how to make your own petroleum jelly? Here's how to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So um, every physical product is a digital product as well. When I first started making these rhinestone shirts, all I knew was to make the shirt, get them to pay for it, get the money for it. Like, you know what I mean? And then I understood, like, hold on, I don't even got to make the shirt. If I teach people how to use the software and the cutter to make their own shirts, all I got to do is sell the design. And then that went from, hold on, wait a minute, you telling me that I can make money from teaching other people to create these designs, you know? And that's where my training came from. It was like, I did not know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I did not know what avenue I was traveling down. You know what I mean? So 90-day execution plan. Month 1, build that Kartra. So I'm paying for my Kartra tonight, you know, and I'll be starting, working on my sales funnels, working on my landing pages, working on everything I need to build it structurally, you know. I've already launched a membership. I've already started a free weekly workshop. I'm already pushing harder on YouTube. I just need to build these funnels. This is the level that I'm on, you know, and I don't know everybody here. I don't know if everyone, if some people already have a YouTube. Some people already have an Etsy. Some people already have selling platforms where they're actually selling their designs. Is anyone here besides Tanya doing that right now? And Juana?
I am. I sell my designs on Etsy.
All right, all right. And how are you doing with that?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Mm-hmm.
What I loved about Etsy is Etsy has their own ecosystem. So if your designs are good or whatever, you know, they're people can find them by searching for the keyword terms that you will put in your description, in your links and description. It's called search engine optimization. Once you do that with all your Etsy listings and tags and hashtags and keywords and things of that nature, when people go on there searching for whatever they're searching for, you know, your rhinestone template will pop up, especially if you have set it up right to have that search engine optimization behind it. I was doing good on Etsy. I was trying to tell y'all, Etsy is a great place to start. And since I'm blocked from using Etsy, you know, when we do a training, we'll start, whoever would like to jump on the ball, we'll use your computer and I'll remote into your computer and show the process of setting up your first rhinestone template design on Etsy. You know, I was gung-ho though. I was different, you know. I had all of these designs I had already designed. So I spent the day just going in upload mode, you know, post mode. You know, I was putting 10 designs in there a day because I had already been creating so many designs on the back end. Okay. But you got to start somewhere, you know. So start with your first design, you know what I'm saying? As you do your second design, upload your second design. As you do your third design, upload your third design, you know. It's not a race, you know, but it is a race if you're trying to make $1 million in a year, you know what I'm saying? And go from, I just started my Etsy shop to now, I'm using the knowledge that I've gained to find my own students, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm doing exactly what Ray did when he first invited me to come to his rhinestone training class. You know, it's about growth, not just growth for me, growth for everyone that takes heed. Okay. So here's an honest coaching let me go back. Hold on. He tells me to build the membership. Build the funnel, launch membership. Month 2, launch certification, recruit first trainers, start affiliate program. So I was like, now, imagine God hit me with this the other day And I hadn't even talked to ChatGPT yet. You know what I'm saying? God hit me with the, hold on, you are actually training other people to be trainers if they actually followed in the steps of everything that you're doing right now. You're not just teaching rhinestones. And that's when the light bulb went over my head. And I was like, wait a minute. Look, God is talking to me and sending me in the direction that I need to go. So start the affiliate program. Month 3, run monthly challenges, push testimonials. So this push testimonials part, when I asked y'all earlier, to everybody, please write a post about me and post it in the Rhinestone group and let them know all of the value and things that you're getting from this training. That was that part, but I hadn't even got here yet. I hadn't even talked to ChatGPT when I asked y'all to do that. I just woke up this morning and was like, that would be a lot better than asking people for a coffee. Like, you know what I mean? Just write a post about me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and help me. Like, so I was already in that mindset, So after I made and created that post, then I jumped into ChatGPT and I started talking to ChatGPT. I was like, okay, I'm building something here. I know I am, but how do I scale it? This right here made me cry. Honest coaching moment. You don't need more ideas. You need structure and speed. So I'm the ideal guy. Like, you know what I mean? As y'all see, I come up with these ideas off the top of my head, when I'm doing these rhinestone designs about how to do this, how to do that, how to do that. I don't need more ideas. I need structure and speed. The biggest mistake creators in your niche make is they sell products that don't build recurring revenue. Membership plus certification is the move. So this is how you build this, right? So he gonna ask me, I need to know this next. Answer fast and direct. How many YouTube subscribers do you have? Do you already have an email list? Do you go live regularly? What's your current monthly revenue? I'm like, okay. I currently have 6,164 YouTube subscribers and 61 active channel memberships already. I'm currently making about $500 a month on YouTube. Let me also add that I currently run a Facebook group that has over 10,000 members. Also, my Patreon has over 100 subs as well. Yes, I go live to a specific training group daily. No, I don't have an email list. Well, sort of, but I have a list of emails wrote down of everyone that I've contacted before. Made me cry again when I got to this point. Good news. You're way closer than you think. Bad news. Your audience is scattered across YouTube, Patreon, Facebook, random emails, which means money is leaking everywhere. You don't need more followers right now. You need to centralize and monetize the people you already have. You got 6,000 YouTube subs, 10,000 Facebook group, 100 Patreon, 600 channel members, daily lives. That's a strong base. Even if a small percentage converts into a structured membership plus certification system, 6 figures happens fast. When I say 6 figures happens fast, I've watched other people do it, just didn't know how to do it, y'all. So let's get surgical. First, your real starting numbers. You already have paying people. If we consolidate my 600 YouTube members and my 100 Patreon members and into 160 paying supporters, if those were under one membership system at $47 a month, that's already $7,520 a month. I'm sure an additional $7,520 a month can be beneficial to everyone with just an hour and a half of your time per day. That's without adding a single new follower. You know what I'm saying? I'm already sitting on recurrent revenue. It's just spread out all over the place, Within 30 days, he's saying I should move to one home base, which I will, and that's going to be the Kartra platform, which is going to help me with my sales funnels, which is going to help me it's going to give me a domain page, you know what I'm saying? It's going to give me a website, you know what I'm saying? For me to give you a link for you to go to and for you to join this system of training. I'm already doing it now and I'm offering it for free. Do y'all see the power, the there's just a sure business that you have under your hand by just being here, by just understanding everything that I've understood and being with someone who has walked through every step of building it. So now after you build it, you can scale it to residual income, to you quitting your job, to you actually living the lifestyle that you would like to live. I'm not selling the dream because it hasn't even happened for me yet. I'm just asking y'all to walk with me every step of the way and show y'all how to get there as I do it, because I'm doing it. All right. So consolidate everything. They say I need to urgently do this, so I'm jumping on this immediately. I mean, I've talked to ChatGPT all day, and there's different sales funnels, different avenues you can take. First one I came across was Samcart. Samcart has a similar platform that allows you to set up all of this stuff on autopilot. They were a little more pricey. I chose CorelDRAW because I asked ChatGPT. Yeah, I started off the question. That's how I started off the question. Which website is best for what I am attempting to do? My goal is to make $1 million by December. And it told me CorelDRAW already. So let's keep on going. Let me find where I was at. I'm so excited, y'all. Can y'all hear how excited I am? I have been on the receiving end of so many of these trainings and did not get this value out of any of them. So God has pushed me in the direction to say, I need you to provide this value because that's what I need you to do. So, he's I'm just a vessel right now, y'all. I'm just a vessel. So let's keep going. Consolidate everything. Membership growth plan. All right. Conversion targets. Okay. From your current audience. This is from the current audience I already had. We're talking about with a group of 10,000 people. If 2% is only 200 members out of 10,000. If 2% decide to join and 1% of my YouTube audience decide to join, I'll be around 300 members total, which 300 times 47 is $14K a month. And then 300 times 97, that's for the certification class, $29,000 a month, Add those two up, and you're well over $40,000 a month. That's before certification even launches. So you see how with using a sales funnel and being able to drive traffic, that's the key, is to drive traffic. Yes, I want y'all to watch the videos. Yes, I love that people watch the videos and that you're learning, and that you're able to take this skill and apply it to your lifestyle. But it's bigger. And when I say it was bigger, I didn't know it was bigger until this group came about and we started having these conversations, and then me meeting Tanya, and us having our conversations to know that, hold on, wait a minute. This can be accomplished. This can definitely be accomplished, not just by me, but by anyone that wants to follow in this business model, that is passionate about rhinestones, right? So it told me how to build my sales funnels or whatever, funnel you need immediately, the free workshop weekly. I got that already. How to start a rhinestone business from home. You're talking about actually setting up that sales funnel page, which is going to either convert that person into a member, or it's going to add them to your email list. And now you can, I don't call it spam, I call it following up. Now you can follow up with that individual every day. Hey, you still thinking about making that rhinestone shirt? Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me help you. I'm here to help, or however your sales funnel pitch will be. The key to business is to make money. So I want to teach y'all how to make money from every avenue. All right. The email list. I need 5,000 emails by the summer. You know what I mean? From your audience size that I have already, he said that's very doable. Emails equals sales on demand, right? Right now, you're relying on platforms. So I'm relying on platforms right now. We'll fix that fast. The daily content strategy, keep it simple. Every day, get a short video funnel, live membership, live mention membership, posting Facebook funnel, email, nurture your email. You already go live daily. You just need a stronger call to action. So I've created all my call to actions every day, by going in there and posting in Rhinestone University, posting in multiple Rhinestone groups. So here's another free training. Here's another free training. Here's another free training. I will still do that because organically that's me, but I want to build a stronger sales funnel through each YouTube video that alerts them to say, hey, this is a real rhinestone training, you know what I'm saying? And get your free rhinestone training here. And when they click that link, they'll go to my sales funnel. All right. So fastest path to 1 million. Let's be honest and aggressive. That's what ChatGPT is telling me, that he's going to be honest and aggressive with me. You won't hit 1 million from YouTube ads. You hit it from membership, certification, digital products, and affiliate trainers, So, example, year math, 500 members equal, they just throwing these numbers out there because I made my numbers lower than this, So 500 members at 67 month average is $33,000 a month. You add in the certifications at 25 a month, that's another 25,000 a month. We're looking at $58,000 a month. That's a 700,000 a year pace. Add product sales and events, and you're pushing 7 figures. It's not a fantasy. It's very doable. And even with I would consider my channel a small channel, with 6,000 people, it's not in comparison to the people that have 120,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? I'm still just getting started, but I'm making money, and I would like to teach y'all how to make money as well. All right. Hit me with the tough love moment. You're already working hard, but you're working in too many places. You don't need more content. You need a clear ladder. Free, membership, certification, trainer. That's it. I said, I did not know, but now I know. Like I'm saying, I want to move you fast. Answer these so I can help map the exact setup. Are you comfortable charging $47 and $97 a month? Would you sell certification at $9.97? Do you want this to become your full-time main income? How quickly are you trying to hit 6 figures? They said 6 months or 12. So I said, I had told you by the end of the year. Now you saying I can do it sooner? Once I know your comfort level, I'll lay out a step-by-step plan for the next 30 days. I say, I like my current pricing. It seems fair. But I understand if I'm going to grow this thing, I definitely have to make some changes. I like the $47 flat fee and the certifications for $4.97. I really want to grow my YouTube subscriber count as well. Yes, I need this to become my full-time main income. 6 figures in 10 months. I love the urgency. You've got the audience and proof already. This is now about tightening the machine and turning the volume up. You want full-time income, 6-figure months in 10 months. Keep membership at $47. Certification at $4.97. Grow your YouTube fast. All doable, but we need math, structure, and speed. I'm going to lay out the realistic path to 6 figures a month. 6-figure months. The cleanest way for you to model that is the membership at $47 a month. At 1,000 members, you're already at $47,000 a month. Who could use $47,000 a month? Please, somebody chime in and say, me. Me, me, me.
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 Not Lola.
All right. So here's the cleanest way for your model to hit that. Okay. So the membership and the certifications. So you add the memberships with the certifications, that's $96,000 a month, at that level. If you decide, okay, I'm following after Ray. I'm gonna be a trainer too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let him train me to be a trainer too, because I see the blueprint, and let me in. Let me in. This is achievable with your niche if you centralize and scale. This is achievable with any niche. After I successfully do this, I'm gonna move on to I'm not gonna move on, I'm gonna add on, and I'm gonna show y'all how to do it with socks. I'm gonna show y'all how to do it with shoestrings. You know what I'm saying? Because I was speaking to somebody the other day. I'm a shoestring lover. I got a bag full of shoestrings right here. Where every time I buy a new pair of shoes, I'll buy corresponding shoestrings that didn't come with the shoes. So I'm a shoestring lover. So I need to build this first and have that income to the point to where I can start this one. Because I'm gonna show y'all how to do it from an insignificant product such as shoestrings and socks. Same way, following the same method. You got to start. Say something. Hold on. Somebody say something.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just bought a pair of shoestrings because I'm trying to sublimate some shoestrings to go with some blackout sneakers I just did.
Right. Got another shoestring lover. So let me lay it out for y'all real quick. So I'm a shoestring lover. What I would do is I would start a shoestring group. Shoestring lovers are here. Shoestring lovers are us. And, I do the same thing I did with Rhinestones. Shoestring lovers are us. And every day I'm showing my shoes with the different lace shoestrings and the colors, whatever. I'm building a community of other shoestring lovers who may join the group for their love of shoestrings as well. Now we all in there showing off our shoestrings. You know what I'm saying? Whoopty, 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 whoop. Right? Double down with a YouTube channel, showing the shoestrings as well, and telling people about my love for shoestrings every day. Going on there for 20 minutes at a time saying, these shoestring style posts. And now, after you built your following, because you're going to build your following, whether it's shoestrings, whether it's socks, whether it's nails, whether it's glasses, whether it's cell phones, whether it's lighters. I mean, you can even do it with lighters. You know what I'm saying? Because people are out there doing custom lighters. And every product in the world you can do this with. You just have to have that passion. So now I got my YouTube. There's probably 200 people on there, and they come in there every day like, okay, I like he's charismatic, he's funny, he's entertaining, or whatever the case may be. And then at the link down below, what you selling?
Shoestrings.
Shoestrings. Links to go buy the pair of shoestrings that they just saw, and now you're on your way to making passive income. So everybody that likes that video, clicks that link down below and goes over there and buys those shoestrings. Now you're seeing money from your passion, and it doesn't feel like work because it's something that you love wholeheartedly anyway. It starts with the love and the passion to even say, okay, I want to share this with the world, Because if you're not sharing with the world and you don't have no content, then none of this stuff even matters. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just making shirts for your family and your friends and people that know about you. You know what I'm saying? Which nothing is wrong with that, You will make great money and supplement your income that way as well. The phase 1, next 30 days, build a core machine, pick your home-based platform, which is going to be Quatra. You need email capture, funnels, membership, affiliate system, course hosting, everything in one place. This is your business headquarters. Create one main membership. Call it something like Rhinestone Business Academy. I'm not going to call it that. It's going to be something a little more creative than that. I told them I wanted my pricing at $47 a month. They put me at $47 a month. Include daily training, business coaching, design access, community, and replay library. You already do daily lives. That's a huge value. And I already provide all of this as well. So I'm already doing it, But God told me I had to do it for free first in order to learn how to do it better, how to scale it into this actual business that I've had in my excellent dreams mindset for since as long as I can remember. Move people into one ecosystem. Don't shut anything down overnight. So I'm not shutting my Patreon down immediately. I might not shut it down at all. There may be another access for people that just want the designs and don't want none of the training. You know what I'm saying? So as I build it, as I work it, for what's best for not only me but for everyone, then it will all be in one place. All right, move people to one ecosystem. Okay, all right. Don't shut anything down, but start transitioning. Okay, I already place a call to action. I already invite people into the membership. They're telling me to get rid of the Patreon altogether. But Patreon was my go-to when my Etsy shut down to provide y'all with still free designs and then offer y'all that monthly subscription to get some of the craziest designs that I couldn't even share on Etsy. So that has been great, But now it's time for a change. They say with a goal of 300 members in 60 days, then that alone turns me into $14,000 a month. Who could use $14,000 a month? I'm gonna just keep saying it over and over and over again because it's mind blowing to me, that it can be done this simple and this easy. Once again, if you have the passion for it, if you have the drive, the motivation, the determination to do it and make it happen. I'm going to show y'all every step of the way. I'm not going to leave anything unturned as far as how to make this happen, because I want to be one of those people who can proudly say in a webinar with 500 people that I have 30 trainers in here and they're all making $100,000 a month as well. You know what I'm saying? That type of magnitude turns me into the Rhinestone King, as I've cordially named myself. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you post and teach. You need to turn YouTube into a funnel. Every video should do this. Teach and invite to a free class or invite to membership. You got the content plan, one long video a day or one long video plus 2 shorts. So I'm going to start adding in my 2 shorts along with my 1 long video. Topics that grow fast, beginner tutorials, business tips, pricing rhinestone shirts, mistakes to avoid, tools and materials, live builds. Y'all get that every day. You know what I'm saying? Subscriber growth goal. You're at 6K. Target is to be at 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. With daily posting and shorts, that's realistic in this niche. YouTube growth equal membership growth. So my certification program, as I work on that, to certify everyone to training under the Excellent Dreamz certification program, then I'm still got to work on this. So I need to deep dive into this and learn more about how to set that up. And then we're off and running. I want to teach everybody how to set theirs up as well. So the email list, I'll be working on this periodically. Right now, this is your biggest gap. That's my biggest gap anyway. You need emails daily. Start a free workshop funnel. So when I was asking for y'all emails, it was only for me to send y'all the files. It wasn't to even think of, hold on, I'm starting an email list. Like, if I didn't even know, I've heard about an email list in the past and knew how they could be beneficial, but all the other trainers never really showed you how to do the damn email list. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they tell you about it, but they don't show you. Like, you know what I'm saying? The goal, 5,000 emails in 90 days. Emails equals sales on demand, every day, post YouTube video, post 2 shorts. I do all of this every day already. I need to tighten my call to action. So the 10-month roadmap, month 1 and 2, build the funnel, grow the email list, push the membership, and aim to get 300 members. The next 3 to 5 months, month 3 to 5, launch certification, grow to 500 members, $30,000 to $40,000 a month range. When I get to that part right here, y'all, and I'm making $30,000 to $40,000 a month, I would have surpassed what I've made for since I left. When I left, I was making we were making roughly about $300,000 collectively, and half of that was mine, then I just gave it to her, like, okay, God told me I'm gonna make it back anyway, so I'm done, like, before I hurt myself or something. 10-month roadmap. So here's the 10-month roadmap. We're on month 3 to 5. You telling me in 5 months of doing what I'm doing right now, I'll be making $30,000 to $40,000 a month. If y'all don't believe me, stay tuned. Stay tuned, because I am doing this. Affiliate trainers, scale YouTube, 1,000 members. This is on month 6 to 10. Affiliate trainers. But so as y'all know, I plan on having my affiliate trainers after my next class, which is going to be from May, June, July, and August. No, May, June, July, August. Yeah. So, and then August, September, October, November. Okay. Perfect. That's my 6-figure month, is month 10. Affiliate trainer, scale YouTube, 1,000 members. Just imagine how many channels you see out there that has 1,000 members. We can't see. I don't know if we can see their memberships. I don't know. I be so focused on my page, I really don't catch other people's pages unless they're, Adetta Rockstar, unless who else? I've been watching Odetta here for weeks now. Was hip to her channel for years, but I've been binge watching for the past couple of weeks now, because she's dropping content every day that is like, wow. And I just wanted to see how people are going about doing it to make this online money. And she has it made me something that it's not your niche, or that you have never thought of, but she comes up with these ideals to show you can do it, and she gives you the step-by-step process on how to do it. How to make $16,000 by Valentine's Day. That was one of her groups at the beginning of February. One of her videos at the beginning of February. And when I went in and I was watching that video, I was like, I did not know this stuff even existed. Like, how you can use ChatGPT to create these physical teddy bears that you're going to sell through printables, and you're never going to touch a product or anything. You just come up with the design idea and what the teddy bear going to say, and then you have another company make the teddy bear for whoever the customer is, and you just go on to Etsy or whatever, or wherever your e-commerce is, and you create this listing to get that teddy bear sold, and you never have to have any inventory or anything of that nature, and then you're building passive income that way as well. There's so many ways to make passive income, but you have to be passionate about what it is you're doing in order to see it. All right. Real talk, encouraging but honest. You're not starting from zero. I'm not starting from zero. You may be starting from zero, but you're still not starting from zero because you have me. Most people trying this have no audience, no proof, no daily content. I already have paying supporters, daily training, engaged niche, a Facebook group, and a YouTube base. I say I'm about 6 to 12 months from serious income if I stay consistent and structured. Then it starts asking me another channel, some more questions. What's my brand name, channel name? Am I comfortable going live weekly for a free week workshop? Do I have a name for my membership yet? Do you want this position more as crafting or as business training academy? I say my brand channel name is Excellent Dreamz. To achieve this, which level of Kartra should I start on? I'm comfortable going live daily. I already do this now. Name of my membership is Xcellent, exclusive design level membership. I want two. One will be for crafting, others for serious training. Love it. You've already got the work ethic and the audience. Now we just need the infrastructure that can keep up with your ambition. Let's get very practical. So it starts going into the Kartra plans that I need. And it tried to basically tell me that I need the top plan because I'm going to grow fast. And I was like, well, what if I don't want to start with the top plan? What if I want to start with the bottom plan? Look, so it goes through the growth plan. It says, you're not a beginner hobby creator. You're building 2 memberships, certification program, funnels, email lists, affiliates, and daily traffic. So don't start too small or you'll outgrow it in 30 days, which I've pretty much in past 30 days, I've done more than I've ever done in 30 days. So just imagine the next 30 days and the next 30 days and the next 30 days and me doubling down on what I am doing now. Start with the growth plan. Now the growth plan, I was like, man. Now the growth plan, hold on. At Kartra, let me share my screen here. Boom, 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 boom. All right, and let me close that down. Oh, okay, here it is right here. So they have a free trial. With that free trial, you can build your course, you can create landing pages, generate leads, make a sale. Standout features, you get the 30-day for free. One-on-one onboarding call and full access to support. So I was considering starting off at this level right here. Where I get 500 contacts, 10,000 emails a month, 5% transaction fees, and 1 custom domain. I'm like, okay. Standout features, 5 pages, 1 product, 1 membership or course, Kartra AI with 30 uses, form builder, funnel mapper, advanced analytics, checkouts, and 100 pre-built campaigns. I know all of that stuff may sound like gibberish right now, but stick with me for the long haul, and I will explain them as I go and as I create these pages. All right. So they said what I got right now, and if I'm going to keep doing it how I'm doing it, that I needed this one right here, $229 a month, And I'm like, not yet, you know what I'm saying? I don't want $229 coming out my account, like, you know what I mean? And I needed that $229 for something else because I'm just at the point where I'm able to pay my bills based off of all of the online money and the things that I do to generate income, So I wouldn't want to add another bill to myself at $229. So I told them, what if I start here at the $59 a month? But let me go back. They say start with the growth plan. That's the sweet spot for me if I'm going to hit my million. Why this level? Up to 25,000 contacts. They say I'll grow fast. Let me share my other screen again. Bring y'all back over here. Boom. Up to 25,000 contacts, you'll grow fast. Unlimited emails, membership hosting, funnels, automation, affiliate center, multiple products, multiple memberships. The starter plan will choke you quickly. So the starter plan was the one at $119 a month. And I'm like, okay. Boom, boom, boom. They're just repeating the structure, telling me if I get 500 members by the summer, that's, I'll be making $47,000 a month. I'll say, okay. Membership 2, that's the trainer business academy, but mine isn't going to be 97. Mine is going to be 47. So you get all of that in this membership here, and then, so I'm only going to have a $47 membership, and then anybody that wants to get certified, to be a trainer at the $497 mark, right? Funnel you need immediately. Free classes, I already got that. So it's a lot of repetitive stuff here. Let's see here. More repetition. So it talks about my email list, urgent priority, right? We heard that already. Realistic 10-month path. So they double down on the months and what I need to do to accomplish that. We went through there already. Biggest mistakes to avoid. Trying to run everything separately. Okay? I think. Okay, so they asked me these questions next. How many people usually show up to your daily lives? Do you already sell digital courses or just designs? Are you open to running ads later? Are you trying to quit your current job or already full-time? I say, what if I start at the essentials level? How hard would it be to go to starter and then growth when I make more money? I have the essentials budget right now. Once I see growth, I will upgrade. Can't I do this way and still grow to the starter and then the growth levels? Short answer, yes. You can start on essentials and upgrade later. It won't break anything. Kartra will let you upgrade without rebuilding your whole system. But I'm going to give you the honest strategy so you don't slow down your own momentum. What starting on essentials will allow you to do, you can still build funnels, collect emails, host a membership, sell products, run your $47 membership, yada, yada. So that's the budgets today. Start. I keep telling everyone, no matter where you at, start something today. Whether it's just getting in there using ChatGPT to start your YouTube channel. Ask ChatGPT. I want to start a YouTube channel for my rhinestone shirt creation. You don't have to have ambitions as big as I do. You can start and ask. I want to start a YouTube channel, and I want to create rhinestone apparel. You can be vague, you don't even have to have your money needs behind it. Just get in there and chat with it. It's going to help you build that channel. It's going to give you a channel name. It's going to give you a channel description. It's going to give you keywords and stuff that you will plug into your channel on day one. Don't even have to add a video, just set it up. The next day decide, okay, I'm working on this rhinestone design. I might as well record myself while I'm doing it, and put that on my YouTube channel. That's video number one, or intro video. Hey, y'all, you can even mention me, I just graduated from Xcellent Dreamz School of Rhinestones, and I want to create Rhinestone Designs and show y'all how I'm gonna do it. Even if you don't have the jargon, if you don't have the words, I still don't have all of the words either. I'll be stumbling and trying to formulate the sentences that I'm gonna say as I'm going along. So you get better. The more and more you do it, you get better. All right. What starting on essentials will allow me to do. Okay, went all there. But here's the reality I need to know. Essentials is fine for launching, but I will outgrow it fast with my audience size. Your situation is not someone starting from zero. You already have yada, 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 10,000 Facebook group daily lives, paying members, and I keep saying this over and over and over again. You can build this as well. You just got to get in there and post. You just got to get in there and engage with people. You know, start your own rhinestone group alongside of my rhinestone group, and I'm gonna be in your rhinestone group as well. You know, helping you to grow your rhinestone group. So that's that's part of the team building. You know, that happens when you first say you're going to start something. You start that thing, and then you find other like-minded people that help you to make it grow. All right. Likely limits you'll hit first. So I'll hit the contact email limit first. Once I start pushing my free class hard, your list will grow quickly. It has already. I got at least 30 people waiting on the next training, you know, and they're like, oh man, I'm sorry I couldn't get in that training or whatever. Like, and I still got 3 more months to build it. So imagine how many people will show up for that training class because they're on the back end waiting. They're either on the back end waiting or they're watching the daily free trainings on my YouTube trying to follow along, but they really would like to be here to ask questions. They really would like to, you know, be able to have that one-on-one with me if they choose to do so, or whatever the case may be. So let's keep it going. Say I'm gonna hit my contact limit, my email limit first. Once you start pushing your free class, your list will grow quickly. You might hit the cap within a few months if you're doing this right. And you need email growth to hit 6 figures. So definitely want to hone in on this right here, you know. All of y'all will be in that list, but then you will also be seeing the emails that I'll be sending out, and then you will be able to copy and paste when you start yours, you know. If you aggressively move your Patreon YouTube members into one place and start converting your Facebook group, you could hit membership limits faster than expected. That's actually a good problem. It means money is coming in. Automation. As you build certification funnels, upsells, and affiliate systems, you'll want stronger automation features. Those live better in the growth model at 229. I'll get it when I get there. Not right now, you know. Smart way to do this with your budget. Start with essentials now, okay? And build that funnel, build the email list, launch main membership, start consolidating people. Focus on revenue first. Upgrade when you hit 200 to 300 members, or 2,000 to 3,000 email subscribers, or 5,000 revenue a month. At 5,000 revenue a month, if I still had a job, once I got to this part right here, I would have probably quit that job as well. Like, all right, I'm making what I'm making at a job. Like, you know what I mean? So goodbye. Let me focus, you know. At that point, the upgrade pays for itself. All right. What I build on essentials first. Keep it simple so you don't hit limits immediately. Core setup, the email capture page, that's the main one. If I would have had this whole time throughout this whole 10-year journey, I would probably be a billionaire by now if I had that at the forefront of me starting my business, you know? So y'all are getting nuggets like I've never gotten before. But once again, God wanted me to show this to y'all, you know, for free. Your goal for the next 30 days, move audience into the email list, grow membership to 150 to 200, generate. So it's double, triple down. You know, a lot of this is repetitive because it's 5 simple things, pretty much. Email capture page, free workshop funnel. You have a membership tier, the email, simple email sequence, which goes along with your email capture page. Those two are one and the same. They could have cut out number 4 and just added this part to that part. And then your certification wait list, you know, that's enough to get momentum, you know. Okay, so, and then it goes to the next question. If you're starting on essentials this week, I want to know, are you ready to move your Patreon members into one membership soon? When do you want to launch the certification? How many people typically watch your daily lives and the replay? Okay. If I chose the starter level, I could switch. I said, if I chose the starter level, could I switch from using Zoom and just do everything in Kartra as far as my live video trainings go? Yes, but you can run your live trainings inside Kartra instead of Zoom. But there are a few important realities, so you choose the right setup. One of the big realities is I'm already proficient at using Zoom. I'm already proficient at running a class in Zoom. So I would have to learn a whole new platform. I'm sure it's the same, but ChatGPT also tells me that Kartra has live video hosting, webinar pages, membership video delivery, chats, comments, and replay hosting. So technically I can run my trainings from there, but should I replace Zoom entirely? For the model I got going on right now, here's the smart approach. So it says to use Kartra as the home base and Zoom as the live room. Why? Zoom still has stronger real-time interaction, easier screen sharing, easier for daily teaching, fewer tech hiccups, more familiar for students. Kartra is excellent for hosting replays, gated membership access, webinar funnels, selling from lives, and automated trainings. So basically, putting all of my focus on YouTube as my main and making sure I set up my automation right via Kartra to actually drive that traffic. Best setup. Go live on Zoom, record it. I'm doing all of this already. So I'm like, okay, use Kartra live rooms for free workshop launches, certification trainings, and sales webinars. As I learn all of this, I'm gonna teach it to y'all. If you try to do everything live inside Kartra, it can work, but for daily lives, Zoom is smoother, easier interaction, less tech stress, better for long sessions. What I recommend for excellent dreams. And then it doubles down on everything it just stated on using Kartra. Keep Zoom for daily teaching for now. Use Kartra as the membership hub. Students log into Kartra, click on the Zoom link, replay stored inside Kartra. This gives you control, organization, professionalism, and scalability. Once your membership goes big, we can switch more into Kartra native lives if you want to. Okay, so at the starter, I can absolutely host memberships, host replays, run webinars, things of that. It's enough to get you to $10,000 to $20,000 a month range. Then upgrade to growth when the momentum hits. Reality check. Don't stress about the platform level too much. Your revenue won't come from Zoom versus Kartra. It comes from the funnel, the membership growth, the certification sales, the YouTube traffic. Tools support the machine. They don't chase it. Okay, I want to help you move fast. Would you rather have 1,000 paying members or 20,000 YouTube subs, or both? I said both. Good answer. Because to hit six-figure months, you'll need both audience growth and a paid ecosystem that catches that audience. So here's your clear plan based on what you told me. Starting with the Kartra starter or essentials, you go live daily, you want 1,000 members, you want major YouTube growth, and you want this full-time income. Okay? Then it goes into, should I replace Kartra with Zoom? Replace Zoom with Kartra, and they basically told me, no. It says you can run lives in Kartra, but for the daily trainings right now, don't fully ditch Zoom yet. And I'm not going to ditch Zoom. I like Zoom. I like how it flows. Okay. It talks about use Kartra Live for special events. You know, this is well down the list. But hold on. Here we go. Your exact structure inside Kartra. All right. So this is pretty still double down, triple downing on the price, the structure, the designs, the community, and then membership too. It gave me 3 memberships. I'm only going to have 2. It's either going to be the $47 one or the $497. Okay. YouTube growth plan, aggressive but realistic. You're at 6,000 subs. My target is 50,000 to 100 within the year. You grow by posting like this. One long tutorial, doing that already. 2 to 3 shorts. I can do that using software on my iPad to turn that long tutorial into 3 shorts automatically. I can also do my live clips, and I have my beginner content. I'm doing all of this already except for the 2-3 shorts. I do those on my, what is it called, your Facebook story. I'll be posting reels and stuff up or whatever, but actually do it all on YouTube. That one long video and the 2 or 3 shorts, as well as the live clips as well. All right. Every video has the call to action. Join my daily rhinestone training. They're going to click on it, get taken to your sales funnel. Your YouTube is a funnel, not just content, So once they click on that sales funnel, then they're going to be taken to and ChatGPT going to help you put together your sales funnel too, to drive that sale. If they're there to learn rhinestones and they really want to learn rhinestones, that sales page is going to pull them in, unless they still have that main thing that stops people from doing most of everything, which is fear of the unknown. But you're going to cure that fear every day with your YouTube lives and your videos and your trainings to say, why should you be afraid if I am here to help you? All right. My email list right now is my biggest missing piece. Right now, this is the biggest gap. You need emails every day. Create one main funnel, the free class, how to start a rhinestone business from home. Every platform gets that link. So I've been doing it and structuring it that way for the past month, ever since I opened up Rhinestone 2.0. This is stuff that I've learned from multiple webinars that I've attended in the past. So I've already knew that I needed an email list, but didn't quite. I wouldn't even say didn't quite. I would say all the ones that I looked at previously, was like, okay, they didn't resonate with me. They didn't seem easy. It was like, okay. And I never did it, I was like, oh man, that's a lot, man. You tell me I gotta go out there and set this up. And when I ran across these sale funnels style of marketing, that's what it is. It's sales funnel style of marketing. And I came, ChatGPT told me Kartra. And I got over here and I started looking at it, and I was like, well, damn, you do get all of that. To help you grow. And I need this part right here, the 10,000 emails a month, because every day I open my email, there's 10,000 of those that I clicked on prior in the past, back when I was like, okay, they said they're going to teach me how to make money. Like, oh, what's this about? All while doing my rhinestones, I was like, okay, I'm gonna figure this shit out. I'm gonna figure it out. Whether it's with my product or whether it's another product that somebody teach me about, I'm going to figure this out. That aha moment happened today, y'all. That aha moment, it didn't happen today. It happened a few days ago. Me having this conversation and this dialogue with ChatGPT, it further instilled that into reality. All right. So it doubles down. It's just saying, telling me how to do everything again. So it's a double, triple, quadruple down. Honest coaching moment. My biggest bottleneck right now is not pricing. It's not platform or content. It's centralizing and funneling. You have enough audience to hit the 20,000-30,000 mark within months if they're all in one system. So I was trying to build this on my own, y'all, not knowing the system, but I got the train moving. The train been moving for quite some time now. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't have the blueprint to say, okay, why you got 3 trains running on 3 separate tracks when you should put all your effort into this one train, fill it up with everything that you could possibly think of, and let that train just go. Fuel that train with energy, fuel that train with your daily content, fuel that train with your love of your niche. All right. Okay, so this is the last part right here, and I know I said we was gonna do resize and stone resizing. We're gonna do all of that tomorrow, but I had to get this information out to y'all. My first training class, every training after this will be more of this, as I get better, it's going to be more of what I'm giving you now, full speed ahead. All right. Zay says, I want to dial this in exactly. Tell me honestly, how many people show up live? This was the part right here that I cried again after they told me what I'm about to tell y'all. How many people show up live daily training right now? Are your current members paying around 5, 10 or more? Are you working another job still? How many hours a day can you dedicate to this? I'm asking because you're not far off from this becoming full-time income, but the timeline depends on your current capacity. I say about 15 to 30 people show up to my daily trainings. My current members in my training are getting it for free right now. This is my first class where I'm trying to teach others to become a business or become trainers like me. No, I'm not working a job. I do this full-time and daily. I can dedicate 8 hours a day. Perfect. That's actually a strong starting position. Full-time, daily lives, and an engaged core group. Now we just need to turn what you're already doing into a structured revenue engine without killing the momentum you've built. I'm going to be very direct and very encouraging at the same time. You're not trying to start a business. You're trying to turn an active community into a scalable paid system. And I did not know that, y'all, until it dinged me and hit me on the head the other day. And I was like, it's bigger than me trying to teach y'all rhinestones, First, your current reality. You have 15 to 30 live daily viewers, 100 Patreon members, 61 YouTube members, 10,000 Facebook group, full-time availability. That's enough to reach 10,000 a month in 60 to 90 days if you structure it correctly. 6-figure months take longer, but the path is clear. Biggest issue right now, you're training people for free. Free is great for building trust, but long-term free training trains people to stay free. We need to transition gently but firmly, not overnight, but soon. Build the paid hub next 2-3 weeks. Start off on Kartra and build my sales funnel. So inside Kartra, you want to build the email capture page, the free class funnel. So I'm still going to be offering free classes every day, y'all. That's going to be part of my sales funnel to bring anybody new into the forte to say, okay, I want to take this training. You know what I'm saying? Membership portal. I have that already. I'm going to restructure my membership portal. So there it's one wall, it's only one wall, and that wall gives you access to all of the content. It won't be spread in separate places like ChatGPT told me to do it before when I was asking how to set up channel memberships. You know what I'm saying? But today I hit it from a totally different angle, y'all. Today my mindset was, okay, so Spectacular was talking about all of this stuff in the webinar training, and I really need to learn it. So my mind, I guess, asked ChatGPT in a particular type of way to. I didn't ask for the blueprint. Let's go back real quick because we're down here. Let me remember where I'm at. How to transition. Let's go all the way back up. Look at my initial question. I told it everything that I'm doing right now. I'm training people. I say using one of the various sales funnels. So all of the webinars that I've been to, they talk about sales funnels. They talk about email lists. They talk about all of these things. Never taught you how to use them. You know, you go on YouTube to learn how to do sales funnels. The company that's teaching you how to do sales funnels, of course, is going to have that monthly payment. And that may deter people like, I'm already spending enough, you know? And yes, we all are, you know what I'm saying? But once you understand it in a way to where that $59 is generating you $5,000 a month, then it makes sense, you know? It makes sense to set everything up on autopilot so you can go from this 59 a month level to paying $229 a month, and you got $100,000 months, you know? So let's go back down here. If you would like to, y'all would like to, when you get some time and you go on my YouTube channel, search for how I made. Well, I'm gonna place a link in the chat when we get off of here, because I went through my Etsy experience and I showed all my Etsy numbers and things of that nature. So I'll post that in the group as well. Don't just flip a switch. How to transition your current free group. So don't just flip a switch. Give them founder rate, early access, loyalty pricing, you know, and I've mentioned that before, you know, with people that want to go on to the next training with me. Founder members lock in $27 to $37, and I'll come up with a great pricing strategy for anyone that's in this group that would like to go to the next group. And then I'm choosing 10 trainers with me as well. I've explained that already. I'm still working it out, you know. I want at least 30 of y'all here with me, like, because there's 30 here with me every day, pretty much. I would love to see y'all transcend with me, you know, but you know, it's class. Class is class. Everybody don't pass, you know, everybody don't graduate, you know. So that's the reality of it. And let's keep it moving. All right. So I want to eventually teach y'all how to do what I just explained tonight. And it can be done because I've seen so many people do it with their own personal niche. And I've always was like, man, what are they doing? Like, how are they doing it? And now I see how to make it all work. I see how to make it all work out. Was this training more powerful than just learning about rhinestone template creation? I think I really poured my heart into this training to teach you that it's not about rhinestone creation. You can let it be about rhinestone creation if you wanted to, you know, but what do you want to do with that skill that you are learning here daily? Come on, y'all, talk to me now. We're in chat and discussion. You know, I know y'all didn't expect this type of a training tonight, and my apologies, but let's go into training and discussion. How many people, you know, when they got started, they was like, "I'm gonna make a business out of this," you know?
Shit, I know, I know she be wanting to do this rhinestone thing. So like she definitely, trying to get locked in. So I'm the designer, you know what I mean? I design it and everything, but I mean, shoot, if we want to get to that next step, so you know what I mean, we gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do. As far as Russell Lane's next step is start posting. You know, you don't have to have your face on there, you know. if Big Man Peterson, if he want to post for you, let him post for you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are a team,
For
Um,
sure.
yes. Get those posts out there. Get people eyes on that Peterson name. So we're like, oh, Russeline Peterson did this again. Oh man, she's on a roll. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then, it's going to get to a point to where you posted a design with a link for people to buy it, and you wake up the next morning and you're like, oh damn, 15 people bought that design last night. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shashing, shashing. The first time I heard my shashing going off, my girl was mad at me because it shashinged all night. You know what I'm saying? And I woke up the next morning and I had a $200 night. In my sleep, I was
Can't beat that.
overly filled with joy. Hold on, I always gotta ask her, babe. Oh, she might. What time is it? It's 10:23. Hold on, let me see. I bet you she probably sleep already. Cause I said that loud enough for her to hear me. Knocked out on the couch. Won't be no movie tonight. Won't be no Smallville tonight. Okay. So I know that was lengthy. I went for 2 hours and we're already at 10:24. So, but I wanted to get that out there. I've been at this all day. All day. Uh just gaining all of this knowledge that I already knew before, but didn't know how to implement it. Now I know, and if anybody's else, following in my footsteps, now you know as well, so I don't know. I don't have anything else to say for tonight, y'all. If anybody want to chime in,
I think we all just need to process and take all the information in that we just got tonight and
yes,
try to figure out which direction we really want to go into. Because it's definitely concrete. It's there. All the information is there. It's just trying to map out which direction you want to go in with all of this said information.
right.
And that's the way I feel, at least. Um,
As,
it for someone like me that, I'm a people person, but I'm not a you get on a video and, do what you do like you do, but I mean, I know that I can get the job done.
right,
Oh, it's good to have all this information, so you can basically decide again, like I said, which direction you want to go in with that information.
correct. I would say start uh somewhere where you can sell your designs, where you can place your designs and put those designs in the rat race. Same thing with what artists do when they create a song. They create a song and then they throw it into the pool of other songs and hope that song is a hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Same.
that's been one of the things me trying to figure out, you know, which e-commerce I want to, because there are a lot of them out there. And, trying to figure out which one will give you the bang for your buck. That will help you get your merchandise out there and be noticed. Along with, writing up your niche and, to help people find you. So it's just, trying to find which one is best for you.
Right. Right. So that's why I chose Etsy, because that 20 cent listing fee was like, oh, okay. Only 20 cents. I went 20 cent crazy on designs. You know what I'm saying? 20 cent was right up my budget, as far as placing a listing online and having that listing last for 4 months, I believe, for 20 cents.
And I thought about SD, But then for someone like you at your stature, you know, having your SD removed without any type of explanation, it scares me. And you're not the only one. I've heard these horror stories. People are in the middle of their business and they have orders coming in, and all of a sudden they wake up the next day, they don't even have an SD account to, you know, to do their business. You
Yeah,
know,
I heard that
and
too.
and exactly, and to have, you know, that's detrimental. That can really, you know, hurt someone. That can take you places that you don't want to go. And that's why, I mean, one minute I say I want to go with SD, the next minute I think about it, I'll be like, I don't know, you know, because you could be on a roll, just like you said. Some days are high, some days are low. Some months are high, some months are low. You could be on a high month, and all of a sudden you know that your account is snatched from you for whatever reason. If they gave an explanation, that would be okay, but they're not even giving an explanation for why they're doing this.
Right. So what I would say is don't let it deter you though, because um our stories are not your story. You know, our stories were that we did start at Etsy, that we were making money, you know. So nothing is stopping you from starting at Etsy and getting that experience under your belt to say, yeah, I started at Etsy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can't take your site down if you don't have a site up yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you got to jump in that pool and swim and say, okay, I'm gonna do it Etsy, like, you know what I'm saying? And if they shut you down for whatever reason, you already have that selling power under your belt to take it to other platforms. Because you're right, Etsy isn't the only one, but it's the easiest one, you know?
Yeah. But let me ask you this, okay? Because right now I don't have there are a few things that I'm really struggling with right now, trying to find a name for myself. I'm not trying to, well, at least not now, trying to build a brand or anything. It's just that I would like to have a name for myself, you know, that will, you know, that's kind of catchy, that people will remember, you know, that type stuff, and go from there.
Ask that exact same question, word it exactly like that to ChatGPT.
Oh, okay.
And you'll be amazed. It's gonna take you down this path of brainstorming that you never even imagined. Ask ChatGPT that exact same question, and it's going to ask you questions about you, you know, to hone in that name, you know, and you will be amazed. You will
I
be amazed.
I brought the idea. Well, actually, I was just, you know, having a conversation. We had a family dinner, and I actually had a name, uh, but my godson kind of talked me out of it because he said that the name that I had wasn't really, you know, geared towards t-shirts. So it sounded more like a storefront name rather than, you know, for a brand. So I kind of fell off of it and didn't really go back to it, you know.
Tell
Um,
ChatGPT that as well.
oh
They,
wow, okay.
they gonna ChatGPT gonna help you hone in everything you just mentioned to me right there. It's going to take you down avenues of asking you questions like, okay, so what is it you actually trying to do? What is it you're trying to accomplish? You know, what is this? What is that? And as you answer these questions one by one, you're gonna have this revelation that happens. That's good, and that name gonna stick out like it's glowing on the screen.
Okay. Okay, I'll do that.
I like to do with chat is I like to tell it what it is that I'm looking for and then ask it to give me like 30 different options of names so that you can then look at it and you'll be surprised within those 25 to 30 suggestions that chat give you, all of a sudden it clicks and you find exactly what it is that you're looking for. It fits what you want it to do. It really is, like I said, I mean, some days I say chat don't know jack. Because sometimes, sometimes chat be gaslighting us or whatever, but when it's on, it's on. And I definitely would agree with Ray. Like I said, don't let what happens to others or the horror stories that you hear others talk about, with regard to their e-commerce platforms scare you or deter you from starting. Just start. There are a number of different places that you can go. PayHip is one that's free. You can go on PayHip, create yourself a PayHip site, only pay them when you sell something. The only difference is that between PayHip and Etsy is that Etsy does do some promoting, possibly, but even that, you have to drive your own traffic to these sites. Okay. And the key with that comes from your social media accounts. And like Ray said, I can just speak for myself. You know, I've been doing what I've been doing since 2020, the latter part of 2022. And when I started, it wasn't necessarily to sell, but it kind of morphed into that. In COVID, when COVID happened, I was selling face masks. I needed to keep my mama safe, and so I'm like, okay, let me go get this sewing machine and sew up some face masks. And then I said, well, let me see what happens if I put them out on Etsy, and that just that went through the roof. Okay, so once that happened, right, then I was able to then pivot and started putting other things in my Etsy. But what really grew the Etsy really was joining different like niche, groups, and trying to stay clear of the, self-promotion type stuff, but putting things out there that I had done, and people then saying, oh, I really like that. Can I buy it? How do I buy this? And then you respond back and you let people know how they can get it. And what happens is people start noticing that, and then people start following you, and then the next thing you know, like Ray said, you wake up in the morning, sometimes the cha-ching will wake you up out of your sleep, because it's like people are just consistently buying something that you've put out there, and there's no greater, joy than to, one, hear that sound, or two, to wake up and just see that people are taking notice. So the key is to just start, and you're gonna stumble, you know, um, but you pick yourself back up and you just keep on keeping on.
Now, not only will you stumble, but you also have someone to reach out to, you know, in those moments, when those moments happen, and I'm going to guide you. I'm going to give you all the motivation I can. You can be over there crying at that moment, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I did at that moment, when that certain thing happened to me. You're dealing with someone that has true experience in walking this rhinestone journey. And like I said, God done put me in a position to walk the rhinestone journey all the way to the top. Like everybody else is doing with their niche, I am in this ecosystem of I could do this, so I'm gonna do it.
And sometimes your niche will change.
No, it won't. It won't.
Mine did. I started out making t-shirts, sublimation. Then I went into rhinestones and, apparel. But right now, I think I sell more rhinestone designs and templates than actual t-shirts. And what helped my Etsy account, strange enough, was a small junk sock design. And when that blew up, not just for me, but people got into junk socks, and a lot of people bought that template, and that drew them to my store. And I started selling more of my designs from those socks.
Right. Right. I love the success stories. Success to me means I started a store, Success to me means that I placed my first design in there. These are successes that you're giving to yourself, and then when you sell that first design, you get all the joy and the warmth of, well, making your first sale. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if you go through everything it takes to set up a brick and mortar, and you cut the tape and you open the doors for the first day and you make that first sale. You know what I'm saying? That should drive your ambition to say, okay, I can do this store thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make my store the store that people want to come to, and Without that first sale, you don't get that. You know, you're stuck in the what if moment. You're stuck in the fear of the unknown. You know what I'm saying? But you can't get that first sale if you don't start that site and if you don't even put up that first design.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah. And you got to put yourself out there, like Tanya said, you put a design out, a t-shirt or whatever, and somebody see it and like it, and they'll contact you and say they want to buy it. But if they don't know that you're out there, then you can't sell.
Yeah. It never will happen.
I will tell you, I didn't know this until just a few months ago, and we know we've learned that Chat GPT is a very powerful tool. Okay. But I had an attorney friend of mine who I used to work with who lost her job and started selling jelly rolls and quilting materials and supplies on Etsy, right? I know. But when she and I were able to reconnect and she told me that she had this Etsy shop and she told me, she said, yeah, I've had about, she says, I've had about 30 sales or whatever. I said, oh, you had 30 sales on Etsy? I said, when did you open your Etsy shop? She said, oh, a month ago. I said, a month ago?
Right. Like, shing, like
Like you opened your Etsy a month ago and you already have like 30 sales. Like what are you doing? Because that is unheard of. Most people open an Etsy shop and 6 months later, if they got one sale, they're like, you know. And what she told me she was doing was that she was utilizing AI, not necessarily Chat GPT. I think she said she was using Copilot, but she was utilizing AI to help her to figure out Etsy's algorithm and what you needed to do in order to get Etsy to promote you in its rotation of sellers that it promotes on a daily basis. And so if you're not using AI, like I said, it is a tool. Okay, let's remember that it is a tool. We cannot take it for, like if whatever chat says that what we need to go do. But if you use it wisely and you gather the information, you tell it exactly, go out there and, top selling, Etsy performers, blah, 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 blah. What do you need to do? It will lay out for you the blueprint that you need to follow in your Etsy shop. Ask it to help you write SEO optimized listings. Okay. Keyword that are very keyword heavy. Etsy also has some very interesting tools in it to allow you to go in and search things that people are searching for. Right. And if you don't know exactly what you want to do, go there and check and see what people are looking for. Because if 20,000 people are looking for something and it ain't on Etsy, you need to start maybe selling whatever it is that they're looking for, because they're looking for it and they can't find it.
Right.
I've started doing, when she told me what she was doing, I went back and had Chat GPT rewrite all of the listings for the things that I was selling, the new templates that I put out there. And, I've gone from no cha-chings to at least, maybe 2 to 3 cha-chings a day. I mean, like I said, the momentum is not like skyrocketing, but at first I had none. Okay. And to go from 3 to 5 per day, every day of the month, that's steady residual income that comes in that I don't have to do anything for. I just took the time, let chat do all the work, copy pasted everything in there, and then all of a sudden, within just not even like 2 to 3 days, all of a sudden I started noticing that people my listings were starting to get seen.
Mm-hmm. It's a wonderful feeling. It's a wonderful feeling. But it doesn't happen if you don't make it happen.
In the work.
And I'm gonna leave off with this. If you're nervous about showing your face or anything of that, you don't have to. You have the whole product to show. You never got to turn that camera around. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't want your voice, they got Chat GPT for that too, where you can just come up with the whole script and just show the product and let the voice do the talking,
Yeah, I've seen that over and over again.
I really, really, really enjoyed, speaking with y'all tonight, and telling y'all about my future plans and endeavors and how everyone can do the same as me. Not only do the same, but let me help you step by step through the process. All right. I'll be back on here tomorrow, roughly at 8. The way my days go, right? I'm building, I'm on my Oculus every day. I'm about to let me show y'all this. Oh, yeah. So I've been using my 3D printer to make shirts, right? So check this one out. Check that one out. As y'all know, that's not even, I know y'all probably seen this one before, but that's not even, that's tan. That's tan on there. And I sublimated it and then put the rhinestones on top. Look how the teeth shine. All right, but check this out. I'm gonna move on to other stencils, but I only got this one stencil right now, so I've made multiples of them. So here's the front, and it didn't come. It's not bad, but some of the skulls came out wrong, and I was like, how can I perfect it? So with a little adhesive and sticking the stencils down on the shirt, I got them to look like this. And look how that looks so far. And I'm a rhinestone the teeth, of course, but then I got extra smart and extra creative. And I was like, let me share this with y'all real quick. So I took out that 3D printed skull. It's still on? Yeah, it's still right here. Oh, come on. So I took out the 3D printed skull right here and I scanned it. I'm highlighting myself. I scanned it. Well, why is it not? Can y'all see me big?
Yes.
Okay. All right, here we go. And then I scanned it. I scanned it with this blue paper right here. So when it went into the scan, it came out the exact same size. Since it came out the exact same size, now I drug it into CorelDRAW and I scanned it. So now it's that exact same size. So now I can create a rhinestone template to go over the skulls, right? And then you see where this pink teeth is right here? I could print out vinyl or reflective or glitter or whatever you could think of for the teeth and just layer them right on there because they're guaranteed to fit because I scanned this. Oh, yeah. My mind is something else, y'all. My mind is something else.
What type of 3D printer do you have?
I got the same one Tanya has, the same one multiple other people have in our 3D printer group. It is the Flash Forge AD5X. It is a multi-color printer that prints 4 separate colors at the same time.
Oh, okay.
If you're really interested, I'll leave a link in the chat. It is one of my affiliate links from Amazon, but it will save you, I believe. Let me see here.
I'm interested, Ray.
All right, I will put the link in the chat.
Thank you.
Let me see how much it will save y'all, though. Hold on. Boop, 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 boop.
Go down another rabbit hole. That's another rabbit hole.
It's another rabbit hole. I swear it is.
My already does 3D printing, so it's just you just add more money to the pot.
I'm telling you though, I mean, but if you can dream it, you can print it.
That's very true.
And you can create, if you can't create it, there are people out here who can create it for you. You could start your own thing and start selling that thing to people. I mean, it's just like I said, I'm working on something now with somebody, and I'm excited, for the possibilities of and got other things in my head that I want to do. And like I said, that if it wasn't for the 3D printer, I'd never be able to see it like come to fruition.
So y'all, I had just set up my Amazon affiliate as well. So I don't have to go in here because I'm still new at this part of it. When I lost my Etsy, I was like, what other ways can I generate income? So I signed up for Amazon's reseller program, and that's free as well. That's free if you want to. I wish I would have did a long time ago because there's so many products I bought off of Amazon that I could have did a unboxing review on. You know what I mean? And at the link down below, you can get this 360 video camera here. Like, I bought so much stuff from Amazon, and but me, I was trying to more so stay focused on rhinestones, rhinestone training, things of that nature. But it's so many avenues. If you haven't subscribed to Odetta Rockstar Kerr. Oh no, but what is her name? I'm messing it up. Hold on. I know it's Odetta. Go to YouTube here.
I just subscribed to her. You mentioned her earlier, so I subscribed to her earlier.
Yeah, you put it in the chat.
Kerr. Watch some of her videos, and it will inspire you to decide what it is that you actually want to do. If you don't know yet, watching her videos should click that light bulb in your head to say, hold on, I got it. Like hold on, let me rewind this. And then you're gonna be watching it again. You're gonna be like, hold on, let me rewind this again. Like, let me drill in what she just said. And you're gonna be like, okay, now I see what Ray was talking about,
Hey, Ray, what's her name again?
Odetta. I'm about to place the link in the chat. Hold on. Odetta Rockhead Kerr.
Today.
Huh?
You put it in the chat earlier today.
Yeah, I want to make it new for people. Make it
easier for them to find it.
Yes. Hold on. So I got multiple channels. I'm gonna subscribe on this one as well. I got multiple channels, so y'all don't think Xcellent Dreamz is my own channel. I've been trying to tell y'all, I've been trying to make this work for so long. To have figured it out, I definitely had to share it with y'all. And then not only share it with y'all will see it in the works happening right before your very eyes. Boom. All right. Hold on, let me find my Etsy video. Do. So I need to go to my studio, YouTube studio. You get a whole back office when you sign up for a YouTube channel, y'all. It's really, 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 really fun. To go on there and know that you're building this thing in the back end that will ultimately change your life. It is really, really, really fun. How I made $34,000 on Etsy. I made $34,000 on Etsy in 2 years, y'all.
Don't forget the link for the 3D printer.
Okay, I'll do that as well. And here, go back and flash forge 85X. Oh, they put Pro on there. It's not, it's just 85X. There it is. And boom. Okay, no, I did it wrong. Hold on. That's that long. That long. There it is. All right, that's a better one. Here we go. All right. It was definitely a blast hanging out with everyone tonight. I will see everyone tomorrow. I might jump on during the daytime, because I might be bored or whatever. Something might come to my mind. That's just how I do. But if you can't catch it, or if you're busy, I'll see everyone tomorrow at 8 nonetheless.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
All
Good
right.
night.
All right, now.
Good night.
Good night.